Small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including
Mexico State. It is proving to be harder and harder and harder. A rough one on the road as the Aggies tried to get their first. That's right, their first. It's January 13th, Friday the 13th. Their first conference win, and they didn't last night, falling behind in the first half, battling back, and ultimately falling in Seattle 69-66. The Redhawks are undefeated in the WAC, and the Aggies are 0-5 in Western Athletic Conference play. Now it's the Lobos' turn to go on the road. They'll be in San Diego to take on the 23rd ranked Aztecs tomorrow. Good morning to you. You say happy Friday the 13th? What do you say on the Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
Welcome to
I guess it depends what you believe.
I wish you a happy Friday the 13th. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, and Adrian. How are you?
What it do?
How you living over there?
Great. I'm excited for the NFL playoffs.
Are you? That's a big weekend coming up, and we'll walk through that whole weekend a number of times today. And you'll get them here starting with the Niners and Seahawks tomorrow afternoon. Then you get Lobo women's basketball tomorrow night. And then Sunday it starts off with Bills Dolphins, goes to Giants Vikings, wraps up with Ravens and Bengals. And, of course, on Monday we will have the Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Did you catch any of the Aggies last night at all?
Yes, I did.
They shoot themselves in the foot, don't they?
They do.
I don't know. Look, Seattle won the game, and Seattle obviously is pretty good. Seattle's 13-4. They're 4-0. They had a good year last year. They've got a good young coach. But New Mexico State turned the ball over 14 times, didn't shoot incredibly well. From the free throw line, only shot 58%. And had their chances, I thought, down the stretch. I just don't know at this point that they've got an identity and a go-to guy. It feels like Greg is shaking up that lineup so much. He's got Avery in there at the end to take the shot that they got to look. They got to look at the end, right? With a three-pointer.
I was surprised that they didn't pull the trigger
early in the shot clock.
Earlier, he was standing behind the screener.
Wow,
as he had that space, and then they go into the corner to get a contested shot.
Yeah, I think that's right. I thought that same thing up near the top.
Yeah.
Instead, they got into the corner, and then he had a fake. The guy tried to get the guy over him, and it was a contested three. They're scuffling, man. I don't know how this turns around. You're looking at playing on, Monday or Tuesday in Vegas? They're used to not playing in Vegas until Wednesday. I'm sorry, until Friday. Playing 2 games because the WAC is always giving you a bye. They're going to play in a play-in game. They may be done before most of their fans get to Vegas this year.
Yeah, they trailed by 14 points with 6 minutes left. It was tied at halftime, so they pushed really hard down the stretch. What New Mexico State fans are seeing is what you said, a team that doesn't have an identity, a team that doesn't look like they're well coached, and it's a team that, with everything that's gone on, has not brought them together. It just kind of highlights some of the issues that they have, which is lack of chemistry, lack of identity, and now people looking at the coach going, do you really know what you're doing?
You know, Issa Mohammed and Dwan Gordon led him with 11 points last night. They had Avery had 9, and Xavier Pinson had 10 points for him. So they're going to come home. They play, I think, UTRGV, who's 1-4, and try to get one at the Pan Am Center. But this is a struggle, man. They are 7-10 overall. They are 0-5 in conference play. It's UT Arlington next in the Pan Am Center on Saturday night. They're home for UT Arlington. They'll go up to Southern Utah and Utah Tech and Utah Valley. So they got 3-game swing up there. It's not going to get any easier for them. Aggie fan, this is and look, I'm not looking to pile on. We've covered Aggie basketball on this station as long as you and I have been here. And it's always been exciting this time of year, and you've got something to look forward to. You've been sitting at the top of the WAC standings. This is the final year you will be in that league before going to Conference USA and theoretically upping your competition as you go there. And this is tough. I'm not looking to pile on. I'm not looking for maybe necessarily even answers. Just kind of where you are and your feeling to what JJ said. He said, and I think it looks like a team with no identity, that doesn't know where to go when the game's on the line, that doesn't have a go-to, just a go-to person or plan. And JJ, feels that they're not well coached, and looks like a team that they're reeling right now. An 0-5 in the league. So where are you in as far as Aggie basketball? This is JJ. It's just odd. I looked at flights in hotels for Vegas yesterday. I was starting to look at the conference tournaments and getting in and when and what and then I started looking at schedules. I'm like, holy smokes, the Aggies could be done, right? I mean, if we go in on Tuesday and you're gonna already be there, and it's just different. It's just really, really different. So, Aggie fan, want you to get in. Lobo fan, we're going to talk to you about the excitement, because here you are now coming off of the Oral Roberts win, and you're going into San Diego. You've lost 2 conference games in a row, and you're taking on the 23rd ranked team in the country in San Diego State. This is a big, big, big weekend for New Mexico. Now, I'm not going to even sit here and tell you it's a kind of got to win game. I'd like to see them win this. This would be a really nice win. This is not a kind of got to win game, but they kind of got to play well.
That makes sense. It's one that, of course, you're locked in. You're like, yes, they can win this game. We're going to hear that this morning. Like, why are you guys talking about this game a certain way? Because San Diego State and New Mexico should be favored on their home floors against each other. If you think that these are the 2 best teams in the conference, and I still do think the Lobos are the 2nd best team in the Mountain West, I think it's a lot closer than we thought with some of these teams, the way we've seen Boise State play, Nevada at times, Utah State, but I still think there's an edge that the Lobos have. They should compete in this game against the Aztecs, but it's one where in this matchup, I'm going to lean the home team in both matchups.
Did you see what Boise State did to UNLV on Wednesday night in
Yes,
Vegas?
they did.
They beat them by 22 points. UNLV put it on, or got it put on them by 22 points in Vegas. I mean, it was stunning. That's that UNLV team that came in here and beat New Mexico. And so it's interesting that you say you think New Mexico is the 2nd best team in the league. I think I do too, even though they lost to UNLV and Fresno State. And look, you can be a better team and lose to someone one night, right? And I certainly think that's the case with Fresno State. I think New Mexico is better than Fresno State. There's an argument to be made about UNLV, right? You can make an argument UNLV is better.
You could.
I mean, it's not something you'd look at someone and go, you're out of your freaking mind. And they came in here and beat them. But I'm with you. I think they're the 2nd best team. I got to watch me some more Boise State, but I'll tell you what, the more and more Boise State I watch, the more I'm like, damn, he's doing it again, isn't he?
The top of this league is very good.
Well, here's what you get on Saturday. Well, you get a game tonight. You get Nevada and Utah State, which Nevada's coming off that loss. They lost in San Diego. That's their first conference loss on Tuesday, and now they got to go home and play a Utah State team who's playing really, really well. And then they'll go to Nevada. And then the Lobos and Aztecs, 7 o'clock CBS Sports tomorrow night. You get Colorado State, UNLV, Air Force, and Fresno State. Boise State goes to Laramie. I'm telling you, the Cowboys are going to get someone. They're going to get someone. It might be Boise State. It might not, but they're going to get someone. So you got an interesting slate. We're not going to talk hoops all day, but it's where I wanted to start, because I've been talking to a few Aggie fans, and it's so bizarre, man, in an athletic program. And Lobos have been through this too. Why can't we get them both going at the same time? Why can't we get football and men's basketball going at the same time, right? You've heard that, I mean, both places. When Lobo football's been going to bowl games, basketball's been scuffling. Now all of a sudden, Jerry Kill gets basketball turned around or football turned around, and you're feeling pretty good down there. There's no way you, me, or anybody else thought New Mexico State would be 0-5 in WAC play.
Not 0-5.
Like, no way. If you would have told me they're not going to be winning the league, okay, I'll listen to it. They've gone through some stuff. They lost a few players. 0-5. This is different. Here's what we're going to do. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here today. 505-246-0610. It's the 377 Brewery hotline. It is also the text line. You can send emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the Twitter, follow JJ. It's _JJ Buck. Follow A. Marie at part-time bro. And of course, Adrian's producing on the visual medium. You can watch it on Comcast Channel 26, on ProView Network's YouTube page, and on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. So there's a lot of ways to be part of the show. Send us correspondence however you want. I got a lot of football for you today. We got news. We got big showdowns this weekend, as it is not just wild card weekend, Amory. Oh, no. It is super wild card weekend. And it's Friday the 13th. And Amory's got a comedy show tonight. And. All right, take the Vikings game out, because it's not fair because you're a Vikings fan. So what's the one game outside of that you are looking forward to the most this weekend?
Jaguars Chargers.
Okay, fair. That's the Saturday night
Because
game.
that's the only one I can't figure out.
Okay. Which one are you looking forward to the most?
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, me too. That's where I am.
The time
Cowboys,
is now.
Cowboys, Buccaneers.
The time is now for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Right now, the path is there for this team to go on a run.
All right, Cowboy fan, I know this is important to you, and I know it's a big deal. I want to talk to you about this, why it's so important, what it means to that franchise, and why this becomes such a big deal. We'll talk about that when we return. You are listening, and thank you. Look, there's a lot of things you could do in the morning. There's a lot of places you can go. There's a lot of options, and want you to know how much we really appreciate you deciding to listen to and remembering that you listened to the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Makes a little sport.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact.
Animal. So I know it's Monday night. We'll talk a lot about it on Monday, but we'll probably talk a lot more about the games that have already happened when it hits Monday. But I think, look, the question is, we're not going to play who's got the most on the line here. We're not gonna play which quarterback's under the most pressure here. We're not going to play that game. I'll tell you why we're not going to play that game. Because it's the playoffs, and they all have a ton on the line. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Daniel Jones, Dak. I mean, they all, Kirk Cousins, it's the playoffs, man. This is where legacies are built. This is where franchises stake their claims. To me, we could talk about in each single scenario why it's so important to a franchise. But to me, the game of who's got more on the line. Now, if you want to tell me that the Cowboys have more on the line than the Jags, okay, fine, right? The Jags are probably there's got to be a little speckle of happy to be there, right? But you think the Jags in their locker room right now are saying we're happy to be here, whatever happens, happens? No, hell no, they want to win, right? It's win or you don't play next week. So I think, to me, that game that's being played all over America, I kind of scoff at it. Because,
but it matters. Because
what do you mean it matters?
Jags aren't moving off Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
You got Jerry Jones, who's going to be talking immediately after that game. Dak Prescott throws some more interceptions. His tones might change on him. So there absolutely is a different pressure, even in a must-win game for everyone. Because Monday Night Football, you have the Dallas Cowboys, everyone's favorite coach to dislike for some reason, Mike McCarthy. The pressure on Dak Prescott. And then for Tampa Bay, this is their last one with Tom Brady.
Right.
And as much as they've struggled, everyone
so they know what's happening.
Everyone says, hey, you give him a chance. One drive in the fourth quarter, he can get it done.
Let me ask you this, because I believe it. If this comes down to one drive in the fourth quarter and the ball's in Tommy's hands, what do you think's going to happen?
They're going to win that game.
I think so, too. Do you?
Like Dak Prescott can't turn it over.
All right.
At all.
So I'll address what you said. In regards to quarterback play, I think even if the Cowboys lose 40-3, and they won't, Dak Prescott's your quarterback in Dallas next year. Now, Mike McCarthy might not be your coach next year. He would be the fall guy. I think Jerry is well, he's obviously invested in Dak. They paid him. But I think I see no scenario where he's moving off of Dak Prescott this year. You do? You even if they get smoked on Monday?
It's a very small percentage because it would be Mike McCarthy first if they get smoked.
Yeah.
But it's the pressure of the moment because the NFC is open because we're still talking about Brock Purdy hasn't had to play from behind in a pressure situation. Yep. He's a rookie quarterback. I believe that the 49ers have the best roster, but it's not going to be as easy in the postseason. So that's an opportunity. With Brock Purdy, a rookie quarterback, put him under some pressure. Can he get them back in the game? Philadelphia's hurt, even with the week off. Like your starting quarterback has a shoulder issue. Your best offensive lineman torn abdominal muscle a couple weeks ago. That put some holes in that team. And then you're looking at the 3-6 matchup. No one believes in those teams. So anyone right now, the Giants coming in, Minnesota Vikings, like the NFC to me is more open than the AFC to go on a run and end up in that NFC championship.
And I love and I agree with you that the NFC is wide open. And that's why I think there's pressure on every quarterback. There's pressure on Geno. Because they're talking about, is Geno going to be the guy next year? Well, if Geno wins a playoff game, beats the Niners, and makes a run in the playoffs, well, then Geno earns himself a contract and gets himself through. There's pressure on Brock Purdy. Well, does he belong? He's got this pressure of carrying what you just said to be the best roster in the NFC. There's pressure on Brock Purdy to get through. There's pressure on Jalen Hurts because even though he's hurt, he had them as the number 1 seed. But are they for real? Is it a joke? Or can he get them through? There's pressure on Daniel Jones, who was basically playing for his job, and I think he's secured a job, but is he really the guy, and what kind of contract are they giving him? There's pressure on Kirk Cousins because, well, he can't do it in the postseason. He can't do it in prime time. He's been there for how long? Now let's see what he can do. I mean, there's pressure on every single quarterback, every one of them. I mean, I'll make the story, go to the AFC, same thing, right? That to me was what the playoffs is. There's pressure on every coach and every quarterback when you get to this point. Every single one of them. Is there one team that would be acceptable to drop out? Maybe the Jags if they lose in this first round. That you would say, you know what, we had a good year. Is there anybody else you see on that list? Seattle, I guess that if you look at them,
10-point dogs. Okay,
but if you look at them and say that team is losing this weekend, they had a good year. The Giants, okay, I would kind of listen to that a little bit. The Giants, the Jags, maybe Seattle. Everybody else, and that's a lot of pressure. And there's still pressure on those quarterbacks because all those quarterbacks are trying to play for whatever they're playing for. Those coaches are trying to play for what they're playing for.
At this point in time, you should know. You should not need one more game. Like Seattle should know if they want to
invest.
invest.
Kirk Cousins. You know Kirk Cousins is a really good quarterback, right? I mean,
well, him and Dak Prescott have the same narrative. They choke in the playoffs. They can't win a big game. So, I see that. And, I'm just sorry. I'm nervous. I'm always nervous. This has been my whole life. No, but Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. I'm more concerned about the Minnesota Vikings defense than I am Kirk Cousins and the offense. Good news though for the Minnesota Vikings yesterday. They're getting their starting center and some of their offensive line back fully, so I think that plays a huge part if anyone cares. But I'm just super excited for this weekend in general. And the AFC side, though, I just think the AFC is more dominant than the NFC, though.
Well, you think there's 3 teams that stand above everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. The 1, 2, and 3 seed. The Bengals, the Chiefs, and the Bills, and whatever order you want to put them in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why, too, the NFC, you can talk yourself into the quote-unquote underdogs having a chance. Miami has no chance with Skylar Thompson.
I agree with that.
Absolutely not.
100%.
Tyler Huntley scoring 12 points per game. And they're supposed to.
No, to me, there's 2 teams who can't win.
Like,
there's 2 teams who can't win, and the only reason I give Seattle a chance is because they're up against a starting quarterback who's making his first playoff start, but the guy who's, by the way, still never lost. He is still now, all of a sudden, he's freaking Uncle Tom.
I'm giving Seattle a huge chance. People are really sleeping on them. They start off really hot this season. They just haven't been playing well lately. But if Geno has a good game, again, doesn't turn the ball over, I think they can beat San Francisco.
Do you?
Yeah. That's not taking away from San Francisco because I think San Francisco has the best defense in the NFL. But I think Geno and them can do it.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
I know you do, Jeff.
I mean, I would love
we
to
know,
see it.
Jeff.
I just don't know that I do see it. I just don't know that I do see it.
Funny.
So I'll go back to the original. What game am I looking forward to the most? And I'll go back to that Monday night game. And I'm with you on the Saturday night game. What did you do Saturday? Split screen with the Lobos?
Oh,
You
yes.
trying to convince
yes.
Audra that, we're watching split screen sports tonight.
I'll probably be at the sports bet.
Yeah. You guys got a different living than Where are you this weekend? Are you in Vegas?
Las Vegas.
You go today?
That is a fun place to be for Super Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah, but he won't really
know.
be doing that, right?
I
You
know.
you got a game tomorrow night, right?
Yep.
So you'll be there tomorrow night after the game. All right, so you get a little Vegas tomorrow night. Lobo women's basketball tomorrow night here on the Sports Animal, right?
That is correct.
All right. They're playing in Vegas. You know who they're playing?
Who?
You and LD.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Okay,
Jaguars, Chargers, though, I think the Chargers at the beginning of the season, I was all on them. They're the sexiest team. I don't really believe in Brandon Staley. I'm excited to see what Justin Herbert does in his first playoffs, and I think the Jaguars are going to be good in general in the future. So this is, I don't know. This is like the teams of the future.
Yeah, that's the hardest winner for me to pick too.
Yeah, I can't. That's why I'm looking forward to it. Because
I think the Chargers are better. I just do. I think the Chargers are better.
Yeah.
I don't know that I think they will win. Okay. You want to talk
Brandon
coaches?
Staley. That's what I'm saying. There's
It's
a lot of
huge
pressure
for
on
Brandon
him.
Staley. If there's a coach coaching for his job, is it him?
Yes. 100.
So you think if he loses, he's out, and they're going hard after Sean Payton?
I don't know. Sean Payton, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Broncos are interviewing Sean Payton.
Yeah,
now.
everyone's trying to interview Sean Payton. But
That's a good roster for Sean Payton to go into.
Probably the job he's holding out for.
Don't you think?
Yes.
Brandon Staley feels like Mark Jackson-esque
with the Warriors before Steve Kerr came.
Like it's there, but they haven't exploded yet. And then, boom.
I don't like him as a head coach. I wouldn't mind him as a coordinator. I just don't like him as a head.
Yeah, obviously he was a pretty good coordinator.
Obviously.
He was. I mean, he was really good. Is McCarthy and the Cowboys?
You know who the second team is that their coach is under the most pressure?
Is it Harbaugh?
Tampa Bay.
That's interesting.
Oh, I keep forgetting about the Ravens.
Well, Todd Bowles. I don't know.
Somehow after
another
last
one I
season,
don't like as a head coach. I like him as a coordinator.
It was like Bruce Arians, so he's too loosey-goosey, doesn't have him locked in, not Tom Brady's guy.
And they're 8-9. Yeah.
Well, and
They
Brady's
were
leaving.
a lot better when Bruce Arians was leading this ship.
They were healthier, but they were a lot better. Yeah, that's interesting tuld Would they make a move down there? And if Tommy leaves, what kind of job is that? There's a lot of jobs open right now where you just go, wow, that's a mess. Houston's a mess. Do I want to go to Denver? You got to believe in Russell Wilson.
Yes.
You do?
Because they're going to pay you to be an NFL head coach.
Well, they're all going to pay you.
The only person that gets to do that is Sean
Paid to get fired. I mean, I'd get fired as a coach in the NFL for that money.
Yeah, they all walk away with bags and bags and bags.
Yeah,
of pay.
not a bad day.
But if you have your choice, I mean, there's some jobs where you're going in and you're just like, wow, this is going to be tough. And Tampa Bay, you know what? It all depends on what you're going to do in free agency. Where's Aaron Rodgers going to be? Where's Derek Carr going to be? Pick your quarterback, right? Are we playing musical quarterbacks? 2 years ago, we saw that crazy movement, right? With Stafford moved, everybody moved. Was Carolina a good job? I mean, as far as NFL jobs, because they're all good because you make a lot of money in all of them. But which one's Denver? Denver concerns me if you're tied to a quarterback you don't believe in. Arizona is interesting if you believe in Kyler Murray, right?
I believe in Russell Wilson more than Kyler Murray.
I might go the other way. I would go the other way, I think. Yeah,
Kyler Murray has proven nothing to me that
Yeah.
he can get the job done.
Yeah.
And he gets hurt every year
and
now.
Russell Wilson's proven nothing to me over the last 2 years that
2
he's
years
got
out of a
anything left.
huge career.
A great career before. Yeah.
Yeah, but coaching has a lot to do with that, I believe.
Here's the other thing. Both of them have not proven to me that they're leaders and that people want to play for them. And that's what would concern me more than anything else.
I still have faith more that Russell Wilson will bounce back.
Yeah, I'm not sure I got that faith you do. I kind of like him. I don't have that faith you do. 505-246-0610. If you want to play the game, who's most important for? But you can make the argument whichever way you want. Cowboy fan for you, who's more on the line, Dak or McCarthy? And are you nervous about this game, or are you pretty sure you got the better team?
Also, Cowboy fan has been quiet.
Really
You're in the
quiet.
playoffs. Where are you?
Yeah, really
It's
quiet.
nerve-wracking, though, when you, like, as someone has the narrative, too, that they always joke, I know it's nerve-wracking.
You know why they have that narrative? Why? Because they do. What? I mean, cliches are somehow based in some sort of fact, typically, right? Isn't that where they come from?
Yes.
A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I mean, who wouldn't rather have a bird in the hand than two in a bush? I don't even know what that means. I said usually, sometimes. 505-246-0610. Here's what's not cliche. John Thomas Jeweler is the best jewelry store I have seen in I can't tell you how long. Like, period, no doubt. This is the best jewelry store, period. I went up there on the third floor of the Lewis University building. It's right there in Louisiana, one block south of Manal on the east side of the street. I went by and got a tour of John Thomas Jewelers, and it is unlike anything else. This isn't some superstore where you go in and pick something out of a case and it looks like something everybody else has. No. They make more custom jewelry in a week at John Thomas Jewelers than most jewelers make in a year. So basically, if you can dream it, they can make it. And that's why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque for 2 years in a row, and are the only 5-star Google-rated jeweler in the state. When you're ready to make her your wife, when you're ready to stop introducing her as your girlfriend and make her your wife, make the transformation complete with a beautiful custom-made ring from John Thomas Jewelers. How does this work? It kind of amazed me when I was in there. So they pull out these drawers, and it's the most comfortable place, period. And there's all these different settings, more than I ever knew existed. And then you say, okay, I kind of like that. Well, no, I like that one. All right, what would it look like with a diamond in there? Okay, what about this shape? What about that? Oh, I like that. Okay, a little smaller, a little bigger. All right, how would it look? And then I'd like stuff down the side. You want to customize it, and it takes you over to the program, and you look at it on the computer, and then they make a 3D printed sample. It's unbelievable. This is all custom, and you are going to be amazed not only at the variety but the affordability. Guys, when you're ready for jewelry, you're ready if Valentine's Day is coming up, or you're ready to make her your wife and make it complete, John Thomas Jewelers is the place. They're right there on the 3rd floor, Lewis University building, Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal. So it's right across from the mall to the east, on the east side of Louisiana. If you can dream it, John Thomas Jewelers can make it.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Young, here's one up off the rim. Jarek Dudahl with that shot, and Mask underneath. Defense is not there in time. Good move by Justin Mask.
Well, first.
Nice pass. That's working that flex offense right there. And there's another timeout for Coach Bardella.
Montez scans the scene, finds the corner, shot is up. Ooh, there's another one. Eris, that's 9 for Eris as she's hit.
And Coach Segura said there have been some injuries on preps as far as the players, so maybe playing zone right now.
Fight's 3 is good. Jackson Fight knocks it down for the left side, from the left side for the Sun Devils. They lead by 10.
They're playing.
A perfect 36 on his ACT composite. Big 3! Buried in by Dylan McCleskey.
Trifectas of her own. Fires it off down low. Campos off the glass, and there it is.
Quick this shot. They got a shot up with 5 seconds.
Transition 3's up, and it's in at the buzzer by Ian Hoingsberg.
Picture perfect execution. Ball it hit the ground in 5 seconds.
Ball is stolen away by Montoya. Sartans are on the break. Kalb finds Trujillo. Pump fake. Trujillo was rejected by Terrell. Rebounded by Kalb. Hook shot is up. It's good. 2 points for Brian Kalb.
Go one-on-one, and this is good things usually happen. Oh, great.
H.A. Rivera with... I think the story in this one is the pressure defense that has turned up. They force another turnover. Kalb's on the break.
Throw it down.
Kalb puts it down. Brian Kalb with the dunk in transition.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
So which game's the most fun for you this weekend, the one you're looking forward to? Dan said, and he's a Seahawk fan, unclear his word, I have a feeling this is where it's going to go. We can catch them with their pants down. What does that mean? Talking about cliches. Where do cliches come from? I did someone catch you with your pants down one time, and it's a good one. Caught them napping. I kind of understand. Catch them with their pants down. Art, good morning to you. How are you, Art? Been a minute.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Yeah, you know what? I think both of them should be on the hook. For Dallas, McCartney, I think he's on a short leash, because we know how eccentric the owner
Jerry
is,
Jones?
and I think Prescott. I think he should be on the. They'll let the door hit you in the butt, so to speak, because both of them ain't worth 2 bits on the dollar. Even though he's had good years, that's still coaching, and that dog doesn't hunt. I'll listen to you, brother.
All right, thanks, Art. Be well. So he thinks they're both on the line. I don't see him. What is Dak Prescott's contract? It is how do you get out of that? They don't, and I don't think they want to. Right? I mean, Jerry made a decision, and he's in. He signed a 4-year, $160 million deal. $66 million as a bonus, 126 guarantees. So the average salary is $40 million. He signed. So next year he earns $31 million. Boy, the cap hits 49 plus.
Yeah, Dak Prescott's probably not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere, whether you want him to or not.
But do you think it's a fascinating conversation that people just assume Sean Payton is better than anything else?
Yeah, Sean Payton won 1 Super Bowl, right?
So
Did
did
the same amount as Mike McCarthy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Around the same time.
Yeah.
They both had Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Correct. Yep.
Like Sean Payton had losing seasons with a Hall of Fame quarterback in New Orleans. Like Sean Payton is not leaps and bounds better than Mike McCarthy. They're like the same head coach, y'all.
This is the argument, and I'm pretty sure we had this same conversation months ago, and I was telling you.
But he's the 2 in the bush and not the bird in the hand.
Look what you did. See, you're 100% right, though. He is.
Yeah.
He's the 2 in the bush. And the other thing is, Mike McCarthy isn't sexy. And I'm not saying like sexy, oh, I want to do him sexy, right? Like what? Like Mike McCarthy's not the sexy.
Okay, the trend, all these young.
Sean Payton's not sexy,
but he's he's the sexy coach out there right now.
He's like not a bad boy, but like, I don't know, it's just like a different vibe.
Tell me Sean Payton isn't the sexy coach on the market right now. Now, not sexy, I want to do him sexy. The sexy, I want to have him as my coach sexy. What?
You're telling me key to victory land Sean Payton and Jimmy Garoppolo this offseason.
Ooh, if you get Kevin O'Connell or Sean McVay and Jim Garoppolo, then my point is McCarthy's been gruff, kind of heavy, chunky, goofy Green Bay looking guy who sometimes stumbles over his words, as opposed to a guy who might be a little bit more attractive and polished. And because what does Mike McCarthy ever like? I don't know. Is he offensive? Now people think, to JJ's point, he didn't win enough with Aaron Rodgers, and that's why he's goofy and he's not very good. Well, how come nobody says Sean Payton didn't win enough
with Drew Brees?
I
don't know.
Because Aaron Rodgers was physically better than Drew Brees, like physically, 6'4" instead of 6 feet, like just God-given tools. So they should have won more. JJ's point is dead on, and I made this point months and months ago, that McCarthy's record, when you go back and look at it, it's not that much different than some of these guys that people love. But the bird in the hand, that's so good. Yep, Mike McCarthy is the 2 in the... I'm sorry, Sean Payton is the 2 in the bush. He is. Chad, what's up? You want to talk about the Cowboys? How are you?
How's it going? Good morning, guys. Yeah, I think what the problem with McCarthy is I think he lacks leadership and kind of the motivation and the team following him. There's not a lot of continuity with the team. There's not this is the tone of the team that I'm coming in kind of establishing. There's
you sense it with the Eagles. They have a bit of a system in place. You sense it with Belichick. There's expectations on the board, and if they're not met, there's accountability called out.
Mm-hmm.
I question whether Mike McCarthy actually follows through on that accountability in many instances.
So is there?
I think he wants to, pat the players the back and so forth.
Is there an example? Yeah, Chad, do you have an example? Because I would sit here and tell you that I didn't hear one speck of that when they were winning with Cooper Rush as quarterback and they won 4 games in a row. When Dak went down in week 1 and everybody said, oh, their season's done and McCarthy's done, and then they win and he was the coach. And it seemed like they had a system in place. When they went 4 in a row and lost to the Eagles with Cooper Rush as quarterback and he kept that thing together, I didn't hear anybody telling me he doesn't have any discipline and doesn't have a system.
Well, here's the thing. The pressure was off at that point. You don't have your backup quarterback in. All the expectations are much lowered at that point. And any win is gravy from that point on. So he started winning. Cooper Rush was solid, didn't make mistakes, was very consistent. And, props to that time of the season. And I love that time of the season. But honestly, to get to the next level, Cooper Rush isn't the guy. It's a guy like Dak. Yes. And, part of it is, I think, is Dak's up and down. He's a bit up and down out there. And, I think part of it's him. But I also put that on the coach. I remember seeing a game. There was a game. I remember when their D-backs were getting burned so bad last year. And I'm like, he better come back in to the film room or say something to the press about we got to do better on getting coverage because Jacobs was getting burned this last year, and he was defending them for they got called for pass interference multiple times in a game last year, and not once did he mention we got to do better on defense. These guys got to play, work on their technique. That's what I want to hear as a coach. It's not all it was the refs were bad. We had some bad calls. No, you got to call the players out sometimes. And I don't like that about them. I love that about Jimmy Johnson. And I think we need a guy who tells you a little more honest with you. Maybe that's a part because we have an owner who's kind of overseeing everything and he can't step on anybody's toes. I think there's an underlying message coming down from the top that I'm really the guy in charge and don't say the wrong thing. I blame that on Jerry Jones for kind of always stepping into things, and therefore the coach never really has full control over a matter or is the true leader of the team. So I think that's why a lot of good coaches like perhaps Sean Payton or Doug Peterson, guys like that, don't even consider the Cowboys because of the leadership from the top down.
That's good, Chad. No, it's good. And I appreciate the call. Thanks. It's really interesting, and I appreciate him having an example for me.
I would like to ask someone that's been in the locker room with Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Because that could just be a coaching style thing where he wants to do that stuff in the locker room and not at a podium.
It's really interesting how fans perceive that stuff too. Because I hear, as much as I just heard, I want him to call a player out. I hear, why is he calling players out? Why doesn't he handle that behind closed doors? Players don't respond well when they're called out in the media.
And that's why they have to win in the playoffs, because those regular season numbers don't matter. You have to win in the postseason. So if you take Bill Belichick out, and I don't know why you take him out, but I'm just reading the stat.
Yeah.
The only 2 coaches to win more games in the NFL over the last 2 seasons than Mike McCarthy
would be Mike Tomlin. Is that one?
Nope.
No. And how many years?
Last 2 seasons.
Oh, the last 2 seasons. Andy Reid and the guy up in Buffalo.
Yep.
Yeah. McDermott. No. Okay. Wow. In the last 2 seasons, those are regular season games.
Yeah,
and they're not playoff
that's
games.
why
That's what Chad was saying.
Postseason success,
100%,
is now the pressure, and all the pressures on the Dallas Cowboys because they've done everything they need to do in the regular season. That's back-to-back 12-win seasons.
Yeah, I think Cowboys.
No one cares if you bow out in your first playoff game.
Cowboys and Bills have a lot of pressure on them this year. Cowboys and Bills, with everything that's going on around them, I don't know if they get a pass or not. But the Cowboys, boy, I'll tell you what, man, it's been
the tweet said, "I know Mike McCarthy isn't Bill Belichick. Bill's not in that conversation."
Right.
And the most wins. That's what I mean.
All right, 505-246-0610. Cowboy fan, is Mike McCarthy's job on the line? And should it be? And if they lose, and I guess it depends how they lose. But are you more concerned about your coach or your quarterback? 505-246-0610. I encourage you to call International Protective Service, IPS, the security service that I used for years to protect my home, and many homes and businesses around Albuquerque do. You've seen the International Protective Service, IPS, vehicles all around town. Why are they everywhere? Because so many people are calling for affordable private security because property crime's on the rise. Officer shortage continues to be an issue. And IPS offers you highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols to protect your home, protect your business, protect your family, protect what it is that you have worked so hard to build. I've trusted IPS for years, and I've told you I see them every day outside the house. I've seen them. They've done things, when I've had an alarm go off and I've been out of town, they were there and making sure that everything's okay. When we've had an issue where the garage was left open overnight, they sit there until someone comes down and closes the garage door, make sure nobody comes in, nothing bad happens, nothing's taken. Just committed to your safety, to our protection, to making Albuquerque a better place to live and work. Call IPS, see what they can do for you. It's affordable private security at 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area.
Going to have to go if the Cowboys lose. And he cited examples. He wants more of a leader in the locker room. JJ, I think you're right. I'd like to hear from the players. Is Mike McCarthy a leader? Does a leader have to call out his players in the media? Is that what a leader is, by name? Tell you what, a lot of players don't like that. We've seen how that works out over the years. Mike McCarthy feels to me like a coach, to your point, third most wins in the NFL over the last couple of years behind Andy Reid and Sean McDermott. Feels to me like a coach who leads in the locker room instead of in the media. And I don't how many coaches are out there calling out their players by name? Tomlin doesn't. Belichick doesn't. Sean McVay does. Like I don't know that I think that works. Period. Next sentence in the NFL. Period. Like I don't know, man. You got a problem with me? Come to me. Don't go to the boss. Don't go to the media, right? It feels but that's what Chad was saying. Lenny, good morning.
Morning. How you doing? Well, let's go to the easy games first. Buffalo and Miami. One, I don't think Tua ever plays another down in the NFL, and I can't see how Buffalo doesn't cover the spread and then have everyone being taken out pretty much by the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah, everybody's on that. That's easy. Okay.
Now we go to the 49ers and Seahawks. So now you get players that are great regular season players, and when it comes to the playoffs, they crumble like a house of cards. So this is going to either be Purdy showing he has the mettle not only to be a playoff quarterback, but lead the team into the future. And if he does that, San Francisco should cover the spread.
Is Brock Purdy, if he wins,
I mean,
is he there? Let's just say
if
they
he
go
wins,
to the Super Bowl.
he gets the key to the city.
If they go to the Super Bowl, can he be your quarterback next year, or is it back to Trey Lance? Or
Yes.
I mean, he can be your quarterback, right?
I've already bet Cincinnati and San Francisco in the Super Bowl.
All right.
I've already made that bet.
I've seen that game. That was
And to
was
me,
Collinsworth.
okay, Garoppolo's not coming back. He can't be franchise tagged because of the contract he took when he paid the $10 million.
Yep.
Okay. Trey Lance was an unproven college player who only played 6 college games for D2 college.
And he's played less NFL games. So, and this guy is undefeated and goes to the
so
Super
now
Bowl.
you have Purdy on a cheap deal.
what did he
You
say?
still have Lance on a rookie contract with teams begging for quarterback play. Trade Lance. Bring a veteran in to push him a little bit on a cheap deal. Garoppolo's gone. Get some draft capital for Trey Lance, and move on.
Interesting. Well, let's see. Let's have this conversation after the playoffs.
Eliminate any quarterback controversy.
All right, let's see where they go through the
and
playoffs.
take advantage of the cheap contract he's on for the next 3 years.
Because the other option is they lose to Seattle and you got a whole other situation. So, right? I mean, that's
True.
viable too.
Right.
All right.
Right. But if he can, they don't even have to win the Super Bowl with him. If he can just win 1 or 2 playoff games, he's proven he can handle it.
We'll see how it plays
They've got
out.
the best defense in the NFC.
Yep.
So if he keeps the game close and they keep his passing to under 20 to 23 attempts, just like the Giants have to do with Daniel Jones, they win.
Yep. All right, move.
Then we move on to my Chargers and Jaguars. So you know how they say, when you play away game, you have the 12th fan you have to play with. That's the fans in the stands. And now the Giants have a 13th one. Their coach. Does he go on 4th and 2, or does he kick the field goal with a field goal kicker that's led the league in field goal percentage at 96.5%?
I don't know.
And you're down possibly Mike Williams, so
he's playing.
They're going to have to go with everyone. All their wide receivers are going to have to step up, Palmer and everyone. They're going to have to pound the ball with Eckler, keep Trevor Lawrence off the field because the last 5 games he's playing almost lights out, and see if they can win an ugly, close game instead of losing like they did in the regular season.
All right.
Giants and Vikings. Giants are not losing by a 62-yard field goal.
Maybe they
so
will.
Is this going to be Kirk Cousins, and he's going to step up and show he's one of the top 10 in the league, or is Daniel Jones and the Giants going to step up? Jones needs to throw the ball no more than 20 times, pound the ball with Barkley. If he rushes for more than 120 yards in a TD, the Giants win the game in an ugly fashion, 21-17.
Okay, you got the Giants. All right.
Ravens and Bills, this is Lamar Jackson sticking it to the man. His knee's fine. He doesn't want to play because he didn't get his contract.
I don't know if I believe that, but okay. All right. And
the
then
Bengals just blow out Baltimore.
All right. All right, man.
Now we go to deer in the headlight Buccaneers. And, well, it's the Cowboys versus the Buccaneers. If the Cowboys rush Brady all game long and Diggs can do a pick six, Parsons gets a couple of sacks, they can win going away. But if Prescott reverts to playoff Prescott and the Prescott of last week, you'll see an ugly, grinded-out game where the Buccaneers can pull off a 3-play win. So this game can go one of two ways, a Cowboys blowout or a close Buccaneers win.
All right. Enjoy them, and we'll talk about them next week. Thanks, Lenny. All right. There was so much there. What was the game he talked about before?
He talked about all the games.
The second to last one. There was a point in there. The Ravens. He says Lamar's knee is fine, and he's sticking it to the man for not getting his contract. You buy that?
No, I don't buy that.
I don't either.
But I do think he's not going to stay in Baltimore, and I've spoke that all week.
So there's two things there. Do you think? First of all, I think he's hurt. You really think that he's just jaking it and not playing in the playoffs?
No, everyone wants to play in the playoffs. Even if you're not staying on that team, you're always showing and shopping.
How's he
showing
getting
yourself?
Out? How's he getting out? Everybody's telling me he's going to Vegas. How's he getting out? First of all, if they're not just letting him go free agent, they're going to franchise him. And you told me yesterday flat out, if you franchise a guy, then he can't be traded, right? So how's he getting out?
You can sign him.
You can sign him, and then you take a cap hit when you trade him, right?
Correct.
I'm not sure they're willing to do that either. I don't see anything but him being franchise tagged next year. So do you think he's hurt?
I do.
I do too.
I don't think he's 100%, and not being 100% could lead you to not pulling an RG3. Remember when RG3 career was ruined because he's like, I'm going to go out there in the playoffs against the Seahawks with a bad knee.
And that was it. I'll tell you why I see, when we get back, Lamar being nowhere but Baltimore next year, whether he wants to be there or not. And I don't think this is him just sticking to the man and sticking it to his teammates and saying, you know what, boys, they didn't pay me, so you guys go out with Tyler Huntley. I just don't think that's who he is. I don't think that's – I think he's hurt. Now, could he play? I don't know, man. I'm not that guy. I'm not his doctor. But I just think him not saying that to jake it and stay out of the playoffs, I don't buy that. But I also don't see him playing anywhere else next year. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream Style Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken.
5 years running. This is the opening drive with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, A. Castillo, and J.J. Bach.
So NFL is going to offer you up some yummies this weekend. Really, really fun treats, starting with the Niners in Seattle and then going to Jacksonville and the Chargers, Bills, Dolphins, Vikings, Giants, Ravens, Bengals, and then Monday you close it out with dessert with the Buccaneers and the Cowboys. Then there's so much going on for everybody. Everybody's got pressure. It's a big deal for everybody. This is their livelihood. This is their legacy. This is your fandom. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Amory, and Adrian. The number to get in, 505-246-0610. Everybody's got to take, and that's the beauty of this. We talked a lot about the Cowboys. So many of you are Cowboy fans. And I think a lot of it, if they lose and how they lose, is Mike McCarthy's job on the line. Amory, you were talking about Lamar, and you're convinced Lamar Jackson will not be in Baltimore next year as the quarterback, and I'm just as convinced he will be, and I'll tell you why. I don't see a path out. Whether he wants to be there or not, they want him to be there. They've offered him a contract. They can franchise tag him. They're not going to let him go free agent and just go sign and get nothing for him. The sign and trade is a big cap hit for them, like in the NBA where they're able to do that. It's that's not done in the NFL. Not that it can't be done. I just don't see it being done. So I don't see a scenario where he's out this year. I think it's another year for him, absolutely, in Baltimore. Now, whether he wants to be there or not is a whole nother story. Lenny feels that Lamar Jackson is not hurt, that he's sticking it to the man and basically jaking this injury and not playing the playoffs.
I don't think he's fully healthy and sticking it to them. I think there's an element of he's not going to go out there
and risk
without
it.
trust in the knee.
100%.
So I think it's like a small portion of that. Like I'm not going to push myself through this right now with having zero guarantees after this season. If I blow up my knee,
Let me ask you this.
what's going to happen? And people will point to the Dak Prescott contract. He still got it after the ankle injury. But
that was an early season injury that he was going to be ready next year. If you hadn't played in 6 weeks, your knee was not good. Let's say your knee was 50%.
For the type of player he is,
I wouldn't go either.
Put him out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't go either. And I don't have a contract for next year. And I have no contract.
So I think it's a small portion of it. I don't think he's fully healthy and he's just not playing.
He's missed 10 games in the past 2 seasons too.
Correct.
And the only way this could happen, him going to another T2, this has come down to the draft and draft picks too. They could come up with a package. Other than that, I think you guys are correct that he'll get franchise tagged.
Yeah, but what are you trading? You don't have a contract to trade. You don't have the rights to him for next year to trade. So you'd have to sign him.
Correct.
And then take the cap hit.
Correct.
Yeah, and I don't know that I think they'd be willing to do that. Now, if something was enticing enough, and I don't know who would have something enticing enough, would it be the Bears? Would it be, would it be Indianapolis enticing enough with some really high picks where you're going to go out and you're going to be able to get yourself a quarterback? Would it be Houston? Something like that. But I just don't know that I see that happening. For me, everything I see, he's back in Baltimore. And that I'm more sure of that. Well, that and Dak's going to be back in Dallas than I am of most quarterback situations. Edward, good morning.
Well, happy Friday to everybody. It's nice to hear your voices, and a prelude to this fantastic weekend. It's not only just wild card weekend, it's super wild card weekend.
Super. It is
so,
super.
hey, before the season started, I made some bold predictions, and I said that Trevor Lawrence would be the most improved player in the NFL. The reason being is this is essentially his rookie year. I know he's played 30-some games, but with the debacle of Urban Meyer last year and the dysfunction and discord in that organization, his progress as a quarterback, I believe he has the best stats as a quarterback the last 8 or 9 weeks in the NFL. Does that mean they're going to pull an upset? Or I think they're favored. If I'm not, no, they're not favored. I'm sorry, the Chargers are favored. I think the Chargers are going to handle business. By the way, since the Cowboys won their last Super Bowl in 1996, Jaguar playoff wins 5, including 2 AFC title appearances.
I love this stat.
Cowboy victories 3.
I love that stat.
Wild card.
They're
But anyway,
they're way better franchise.
the Cowboys have a storied. The Cowboys have a storied history. You know, we joke about them and stuff. But I'm going to answer your question about who has the most pressure as a quarterback this weekend. You know who that is? It's Thomas Edward Brady, and I'll tell you why. In the history of the NFL, the Steelers have 36 all-time playoff wins. The Dallas Cowboys have 35. The 49ers have 34, and the Packers have 33. You know how many playoff wins Thomas Edward Brady has?
35.
35.
Yeah.
If he wins Monday night, which I think the Cowboys are actually going to win that game, he's going to walk out that field that day with more playoff victories than the Cowboys organization in their storied history.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful stat.
When Thomas
but that's,
Brady
not,
leaves,
that's not pressure. That's not
that's
pressure.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, Jeff.
It
It's
is.
stellar.
Beyond
And
amazing.
If you don't think that Brady is not, if you don't think that he's lapped the field in the NFL, he's not lapped the field. He's double lapped the field.
Yeah.
When he walks out the field as a Raider in a few years, I want Thomas Edward Brady to walk up the field with the most amount of playoff victories than any organization in the history of the NFL.
And if he wins 2 more.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy it.
Absolutely. So, anyway, yeah, enjoy the weekend. Thanks for taking my call, and let's have some fun.
Enjoy the weekend. So let me tell you something. That's not pressure. I think that he's got a lot to play for. You know what that is to me? If Tom Brady gets playoff win number 36, which would equal the amount of playoff wins in the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have the most playoff wins in the history of the National Football League. That's another helmet sticker to me.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's just like another boom. You know, put another helmet sticker on there. That's another notch on your resume, another line, another thing to add on your plaque. Like, but that's not pressure.
Yeah, that's pressure on Todd Bowles. That's pressure on everyone else, not Tom Brady in that situation, because he's going to be like, well, I've done this. It's all on you guys.
If he doesn't get it, is that a knock on him? Tom Brady cannot tarnish his legacy no matter what happens in this playoffs. Tom Brady's legacy is as Edward said, beyond anything, is amazing, is bonkers, is silly, it's movie-ish, right? So that's not pressure. That's something to play for. That's something really cool. That's another accolade, another light on your resume or on your Hall of Fame plaque, another helmet sticker. That's not pressure. Pressure is a guy, I think, guys who have everything to prove. You know, people are saying Josh Allen's got to get there. Josh Allen's got a lot of years to get there. There's so much going on in that organization right now. I think there's a lot more pressure in that organization than having to get to the Super Bowl, although that's part of it. Pressure is on Kirk Cousins or Dak Prescott to stop the rhetoric that's been surrounding them that they can't win a playoff game. Those guys have pressure. Daniel Jones has a little pressure. I think Brock Purdy's got a little pressure to figure out what he's all about. Tommy's gravy, man. I mean, to me, Tommy, it's gravy.
It is. It's that gravy on them country grits.
Find another spot on your hat for another helmet sticker, man. That's what it is to me. Like, put that thing on there. That's what it is. Although,
because we're just placing him right into another starting quarterback job next season.
Wherever,
no
if he wants it. Do you think he's playing next year? I think he's done. I know everybody thinks he's playing. I think he's retiring. If he wants to, he can play. And then look, you look at flat out numbers. Well, he threw for 423 yards and 3 touchdowns to Mike Evans. And okay, yeah, he still was. At what point does Tommy want to be done? When he is embarrassing himself? Like, I think that guy is so proud I think he set a number. He set a goal out there. Remember, he put it out. I want to play till I'm 45. 45, man. He's doing something that nobody has ever done, let alone thought about doing, at a level that is still really competitive. You think he wants to embarrass himself and just be peeled off the field? And I think there's a piece of it that he loves the competition and he wants to play and what's he going to do and the whole family situation. I think all that's real. But I think there's also a piece where Tommy's probably his biggest critic. He knows his skills are coming back a little bit now. Father Time's starting to gain on him a little bit, right? Like he can see the shadow of old Daddy TikTok, right? He's standing right there. Does he go out still as one of the best in the game, or does he go somewhere else, San Francisco, wherever, and chase a ring? And he set a goal, right? 45. He hit it.
He's going to play one more year.
You're convinced of that?
He's going to go play one more year.
San Francisco?
And it's not going to be, nothing's going to be taken away from him.
Dallas.
He's going to go to
Vegas.
a good, complete team.
Vegas or
he's going to go out on however he's going to go out, and then he's going to go work for Fox or whatever deal he had.
Yeah, he's got that huge deal with Fox.
Yeah, he's going to go play one more year somewhere, and
So
then go be on TV.
Is he going to go to Vegas and try to salvage Josh McDaniel in Vegas there?
Yes.
I mean, that's a very common thought, right? Derek Carr is out. Josh McDaniel and Tommy have been together for so much of their career. Josh McDaniel has a good team around him in Vegas. Is Tommy the plug and play for a year? Okay, look, it wouldn't stun me, but I think this is it.
Should we have a wager?
I'm not as convicted as I am that Lamar will be the quarterback of Baltimore.
like
That
to
Lamar,
bet.
I know you do. I'm not as convicted. It's where I lean. It's where I think. Now I won't be stunned if he comes back, but that's just. I told you at the beginning. I thought this was it. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. There were some great hoops the last two nights. I watched two games the last two nights. The end of the Gonzaga game, beating BYU last night was amazing. Texas coming back 2 nights ago to win was bonkers, with Serge Jabari Rice leading the way for the Longhorns. We can get into some college hoops. Lobos will be in San Diego to play the Aztecs this weekend, so that's there for you as well. And then who's your favorite? I mean, is it the Bills? Are you buying into this whole the Destiny thing? And I got a little NBA for you last night. How can both teams, the Lakers and the Mavericks, be ripping the officials? One of them had a win, right? Or one of them had a win. I'll tell you about that when we come back. There's a bunch going on, right? It's the second week of the new year. You're getting back into the groove. You have resolutions. You're trying to hold on to them. Can I offer you a resolution that you can actually keep that's going to make you feel better, make you look better for a long time? Give NuMail a call, schedule an appointment, and guys, help with things like depression, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction. That's what NuMail does. For men and women who are dealing with hair loss, NuMail has state-of-the-art options to help with that. Call NuMail, 505-652-1688. That's area code 505-652-1688. Or online at NuMail, that's NuMaile.com. So NuMail has these professionals who will walk you through all the hair replacement options. You'll pick what's best for you to regrow your hair. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy, which uses your own platelets. This stimulates stem cells deep in your hair follicle, stops hair loss, and you regrow hair. They offer you an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser. It's proven to regrow hair. They offer you a NeoGraft hair transplant, which produces natural-looking results in less than a week, and there's no linear scarring. Men, ladies, NuMail's right here in Albuquerque. Give them a call at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or online at NuMail.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your...
Jackson, someone on the OD once said the best ability is availability. And Lamar Jackson needs to prove not only can he win a game at the state tournament or playoffs, but most importantly, that he can get through an entire season without limping off the court. But you tell me he's missed 10 games and now the playoffs in the last 2 seasons. 17 and 16 is what, 33? So he's missed 10 out of 33 games. That's almost a third. That'll be now 11 out of 34. If you're missing almost a third of your team's games, look, and people get hurt. It's hard for me to sit here and say someone is injury prone. But patterns are patterns, correct?
Correct.
I know the narrative has to be that Lamar Jackson is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. That he's come a long way. He's really, 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 really good.
Top 10?
Certainly top 10. But he wants to get paid top 2, right?
Yes.
And this is, I know everybody's screaming, and it's the Ravens' fault. The Ravens offered him a contract. I'm not offering him a top 2, top 3 contract. But you've got your guy, Jeff, and it's hard to find a quarterback in the NFL. And all that's right. That's why this is so inexact and such a hard game to play. He's really good, and I would like to build my franchise around him, and I would like to pay him handsomely and give him generational wealth. But I can't do it to the point where I can't pay anybody else on my roster under my salary cap. And build around him. Well, Jeff, you haven't done that. You haven't given him a receiver. You're right. Tried, got this guy, didn't work. Yeah, all that's true. That's why I'm convinced he will be franchise tagged next year. Marty, good morning to you.
So, money talks, players fizzle. Guaranteed contracts, Cleveland, Arizona, and
Denver.
There you go. Those $250 million contracts. These players, most teams aren't going to go anywhere. Do you recall last year when Tyler Murray signed with Arizona?
I do.
They had an addendum in its clause in the contract.
That he had to watch video?
He had exactly. Then became a racist thing saying that other quarterbacks don't have to do this. So I heard Michael Irvin earlier this week on radio, and he was really vehement against the quarterbacks, saying that black quarterbacks deserve more money than white quarterbacks.
He was against it.
They don't want to pay Lamar because of situations and this and that tacky stuff. So he feels that they're underpaid, they're better athletes, and they should deserve the highest pay. Now, going forward, these teams are going to crumble. Cleveland, Denver, Arizona, with the Deshaun contract guaranteed fully. I didn't see anything that I liked that's going to improve his team. His status as a quarterback, he's been out almost a whole year. He only got to play 5 or 6 games this year. Tyler Murray, ACL, they've done a clean house over there. New general manager, new coach, new this, new that. If Sean Payton doesn't get on Denver or Arizona, stalemate there, and that's a lot of money to pay quarterbacks
Yeah, but that's the
to
market.
do
now.
something that they can't do.
Yeah, it's interesting. And Marty, thanks for that. Because first of all, a couple things. That's where market value is. The Michael Irvin thing, and I'd not heard that, but I will address. Is it a racist thing? I would tell you, aren't like 3 of the top guys African American quarterbacks? Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson. In regards to pay, are they getting paid?
Mm-hmm.
They are, right? And Deshaun Watson. And you can tell me that they deserve it, and I'm not going to argue with you. I just don't know how I see the Lamar Jackson thing as being a racist thing. Now, I didn't hear what Michael Irvin had to say. I just responding to what Marty said. Am I wrong on that?
I'm not going to comment on that because I didn't hear what Michael Irvin said.
Yeah, but as far as those 4 quarterbacks they're African American and they're amongst the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say the top 4. I think Jalen Hurts
Top
is no
six.
Aaron Rodgers has got to be
top
up there.
6 value
Yeah.
contracts right now.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott.
All right, so that's 4 of 6. Yeah. So I'm not sure where that comes from. It's hard for me to play the race card in regards to why Lamar Jackson doesn't have a contract. And again, it's not like they didn't offer him a contract. It's not like they didn't offer him a competitive contract, a market value contract. He wants to be at the top of the market, and so that's what they're going to have to work their way through. As far as his point that it's too much to pay quarterbacks, it's not, because that's what the market dictates, and that's what teams are going to continue to do. Now you're going to tell me, well, Jeff, look at the playoffs, and look at the teams who are in the playoffs right now, and we always talk about how you have to have high dollar quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks that I'm going to watch with Seattle, the Niners, the Jaguars, certainly the Dolphins, the Giants, the Ravens with a backup, aren't high dollar quarterbacks. And you're probably right in regards to Geno Smith and Brock Purdy, and Trevor Lawrence is on his first contract. He will be a high dollar quarterback. Skylar Thompson is not. Daniel Jones and Tyler Huntley. Let's see who's there when we hit the Final Four. Let's see who's there when we hit next week, right, in regards to quarterbacks. Now, there'll be one. There might even be 2 guys who's not on a blockbuster contract. But that's why the market's set where it is, right?
You pay for quality quarterback play. The elite guys are going to get paid. This is one, Joe Burrow is going to be a top 3 paid quarterback. He's just not there yet. So it's hard to say, well, we can't pay him. Like, some of these guys just haven't gotten there yet. They're going to be talented enough.
Trevor
and then
Lawrence.
you'd be like, oh no, what are you supposed to do?
And I actually counted Joe Burrow as a top paid quarterback. Yeah, and not Trevor Lawrence. So yeah, they're going to be. The only color they care about, boys and girls, is green, right? And that's what the market is. Now, you know where I am. At some point, I keep thinking it's going to break, right? And it's not. It's not. How much is too much? How much is enough? It's not my money. I can't tell you how much is enough. I don't know how much is enough. I mean, does it feel like $40 million a year should be enough over 5 years? I don't know. It's enough for me.
Yeah, but you're not in a position to ask for more than
You're
that.
right. No,
And so
100%.
It's a trickle-down effect. It's all business. If teams don't want to pay it, they don't have to pay it. You don't have to complain about it. If you want a good quarterback or not. And then when you sign a quarterback, goes through some bumps in the roads, and people start screaming, oh, you can't pay him. All right, well, have a life without even an average quarterback in the NFL and see what happens.
And Marty's point was, well, you paid Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray and
The
Russell
Deshaun
Wilson.
Watson
What's
is
it
just
doing for you?
bonkers. It's just absolutely bonkers because of what he was coming through. And Russell Wilson, we all would have done that deal. Every single one of us would have done that deal this offseason.
Because that was market value for a guy who was pretty good. Does Deshaun Watson resets next year, right? I mean, as far as your thoughts on Deshaun Watson. Now, he's gone through year 1 of that contract. But this year was like, whatever. It was a red shirt year for Deshaun.
Of all the moves, Russell Wilson is a bad move now.
Right.
But we all would have made that move.
Kyler?
The Deshaun Watson one is the one you're just like, what are you doing, Cleveland, to guarantee an entire contract?
Does Kyler feel like a miss right now?
No.
It doesn't. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think
then everything's a miss. Then Dak Prescott's a
Right.
miss because of his ankle, and then they had to pay Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I think
I think Kyler Murray is still a very talented quarterback. I think that is the key of. I think Sean Payton, Kyler Murray, feels like the type of leadership they need in that team.
I think it's gonna. That story's unwritten yet. That story's unfinished yet. The Deshaun Watson one, I honestly don't know what I think is going to happen there. If you sit here right now and say, okay, what team that wasn't very good this year, and we have no idea because it's just not a fair conversation because you know what happens in free agency in the draft. But right now, as constructed, who would make the biggest jump from a non-playoff team? I think a lot of focus would be to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Right? You still look around that roster and go, wow, they should be pretty good. Now you're going to get Deshaun back. Most of that noise will be quiet. Right? He can just play football. I mean, there's still going to be some of that narrative, and I think there's still some court proceedings. But I think you would say the Jets and the Browns, right?
Yeah, the Jets, they can land a Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, saw that quarterback. But in terms of talking about contracts and bad contracts, yeah, Russell Wilson looks terrible right now. Kyler Murray, that's rough because he just tore his ACL. But the only truly bad contract in the moment was Deshaun Watson because he hasn't played, because all the baggage that comes with him, because you gave him a fully guaranteed contract. The others turned out to be bad, but they're not decisions. You can't sit here and say today that, look, how could the Denver Broncos trade for Russell Wilson? How could the Arizona Cardinals sign Kyler Murray?
And because it blew up the market. It completely changed the market. And that's why people in Baltimore are so pissed off, right? Because it completely reset the quarterback market. Marty, I don't totally disagree with you, but that's where it's going to be. When you get a quarterback, it is the most important position in all of sports, period. I would say international sports. In all of team sports. Don't you agree? Is a starting pitcher or relief pitcher any more important than that? Is a dominant LeBron point forward more important than that? I mean, a franchise quarterback is the hardest and the most important position in all of sports. I see you thinking.
It is, but it's also the toughest situation to be in when it comes to pay.
100%.
There's only a handful of guys that are good enough to overcome warts on a football team.
Yep.
And we even saw one of those guys not able to do it this year in Aaron Rodgers.
Yep, and nothing's ever good enough unless you're hoisting the Lombardi at the end of the year. Nothing's ever good enough unless you're there standing in the winner's circle, right? 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. I am going to get you that NBA story, by the way. How both teams are just so angry after a double overtime slugfest last night in the NBA. I'll get that to you as soon as we come back. Can I suggest, and I do it on a daily basis, so I will do it again, that you call On the Spot Automotive Detailing? On the Spot Automotive Detailing is a tremendous service. Valentine's Day is coming up. You got birthdays. This is as good a gift as there is. What's a great gift? Well, it's something that somebody's going to love that they might not get for themselves. On the Spot Automotive Detailing comes out and details your vehicle wherever you are, whenever you're available. This isn't one of those where you got to take. I don't know where they are. You don't have to take it to them. They find you, and while you're working, they're out in the parking lot, and they detail your vehicle. And that means inside and outside and under the hood and under the seats and around the rims and tires and all those places that you can't get. When they're done with your vehicle, you get a buzz, you go outside. Well, or probably not a buzz. You get a text. You go outside, and your vehicle looks and smells and feels brand new. Remember the day you took it off the lot, how fun it was to drive? That's what they do at your convenience. You're going to have that vehicle for a while. Take care of it. Make it look really, really sweet. Make it fun to be in. Ask them about ceramic coating. They apply it by hand. It's the best way to protect your paint for years. And they start at $250. Offer a lifetime warranty on that. Also, On the Spot offers a military 10% discount. Schedule your appointment. Give them a call at 505-859-2859. 505-859-2859 or online at otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
Lakers and Mavericks last night, double overtime. Mavericks beat the Lakers 119-115. So let me ask you this. If both teams are upset about the officiating, does that mean it was well officiated? If both teams have complaints, does that mean it was fair?
I will listen.
Officials evidently, and I didn't watch this game. Did you watch the Lakers and Mavericks last night?
Yes.
By every account, it seems like they lost control of the game, huh?
The final, well, one of the final calls, it goes back and forth. But overall, there was a lot of people, not just on the floor, but on social media, talking about it. Rough game for the officials. But also, why do you got Dennis Schroeder guarding Luka Doncic with 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter when you have Russell Westbrook and LeBron James on the floor?
So LeBron James, at the end of, was it the regulation, passed the ball and over to Troy Brown Jr. The three-pointer was the Brown throw up was way short. It looked like he might have got fouled too. It looked like you got hit in the face. Darvin Ham after the game looked clear as day. It was a foul. LeBron James said that was a effing foul. So they were upset, and then later in the overtime, Luka was being guarded by Russell Westbrook, and Russell was aggressive with him, evidently all night long, and Mark Cuban was unhappy, and I guess Stan Van Gundy officiated worst officiated game. Luka gets no respect. Look, man, all I know is both teams were unhappy. Something must have been even. Must have gone both ways.
Bad calls both ways.
Officiating's so hard. It is so hard. And an NBA, we've had this conversation a number of times. And this is one of the things, and to me it's more in the NFL, but you keep throwing more and more things at these officials. And what's a foul, what isn't a foul, and have to really, it's not even on instinct anymore what you've learned. It's you've got to process so much information in such a bang time frame. But if a guy gets hit across the face, it seems like it's a foul. And sometimes you miss it, man. Sometimes you're out of position. Sometimes the angle. Sometimes you miss it. It is so hard. That's another reason, which leads into this. Every AAA ballpark, including Isotopes Park, will be robotic umpires next year for strike zones. They've taken that part of the game away from the officials. Look, I don't pick your game. None of it's easy. None of it's easy. That's why we got VAR or instant replay or... We got the eye in the sky scrutinizing everything frame by frame. It is hard, man. It is really hard.
It's really hard.
Did it decide the game?
So, the Troy Brown play that has everyone upset, according to the referees, they said that Hardaway Jr. got a piece of the ball on the closeout and then does make some high-five contact, which is legal, and that play was correctly no call.
So they got no problem with it. It wasn't an effing foul as LeBron screamed from across the room. Okay. All right. Mavericks beat them last night, and you're getting to the point. Yeah. What did Luka have?
Let's go back to that final play.
Yeah. Which final play? The
final shot that Luka hit to send it to overtime. Then the Lakers came down and he had that moment.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Dennis Schroeder in front of Luka Doncic made an easy step back.
Was there a switch?
Three. I'll have to double check it, but I don't think there was. Even so, then there's one person that's going to take that shot. deny it. Force Tim Hardaway Jr., force someone else on that floor to hit the three. And I should say a catch-and-shoot step-back opportunity top of the key over Dennis Schroeder when you have LeBron James and Russell Westbrook length and size available to guard Luka Doncic.
Yeah, look.
Or even if I'm Schroeder in that situation, foul. Before he gets in his shooting
before
motion.
you let him do that. Yeah.
Play it out.
It's about that time where you're going to start paying attention to the NBA. If you've not, this isn't the NBA you know. The Western Conference's top 6 teams are the Nuggets, Grizzlies, New Orleans, Dallas, Sacramento, and the Clippers. And this isn't like 2 weeks in now. Here we are. They've played 40 games. They're basically halfway through. Sacramento's in the 5 spot. I was listening to some radio somewhere the other day, and the host asked his co-host, he said, tell me, give me just two crummy teams, 2 crappy teams. Orlando and Sacramento. Okay. Yeah, not really. Now, Orlando's not in the playoffs in the East. But Sacramento and what Mike Brown is doing there, like Elijah's dad, remember Mike Brown? They're sitting in the 5th spot. The play-in tournament in the West would be fascinating. 7, 8, 9, 10, Phoenix, Golden State, Utah, and Minnesota. The 5 out in order: Portland, Oklahoma City, the Lakers, San Antonio, and Houston. You're going to have a stretch. And look, there's not big separation between Los Angeles at the 3rd team out and the Clippers. The Lakers 3rd team out, and the Clippers is last team above the line for the play-in tournament. There's not a lot of separation. Every game is going to start getting tight here down the stretch.
The Clippers and Chargers are great roommates.
Should they both go back to San Diego? I mean, San Diego's a great town. Wouldn't San Diego love on the Clippers and Chargers? I know how much money's in LA. I get it. But wouldn't that just be better?
They're made for each other.
It feels that they should go back. They're both the former San Diego franchises. All right, 505-246-0610 is how to get in. It's the 377 Brewery hotline. It is also your text line. That's where you can get in. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Twitter _JJ Buck or at Part-Time Pro. And, of course, on the Facebook, the OD and the AM. Adrian's producing there. You can watch the show on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26, or on our Facebook page. Get back into the NFL a little bit. You're shaking your head. What are you shaking your head at?
Just looking at the poor defensive play by the Lakers.
Yeah.
Right there.
On the Luka shot.
Play.
Yeah.
It's terrible execution. And then Luka. There was a stretch where he didn't score for 17 minutes in the second half.
Luka didn't. And they
in
still
that
won.
game.
Yeah, and they still won. Or when we get back, there's an NFL owner who drafted a quarterback in the top 2 within the last 2 years, but says, we will pay. We've got money, and we will pay for that quarterback because that's the only missing piece. Who it is, and do you buy it? I'll tell you what I think next on the opening drive.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Young, here's one up off the rim. Jarek Dudal with that shot, and Mask underneath. Defense is not there in time. Good move by Justin Mask.
Well, first.
Nice pass. That's working that flex offense right there. And there's another timeout for Coach Bardella.
Montez scans the scene, finds the corner, shot is up. Ooh, there's another one. Aris, that's 9 for Aris as she's hit.
And Coach Segula said there have been some injuries on preps as far as the players, so maybe playing zone right now.
Fights 3 is good. Jackson Fight knocks it down for the left side, from the left side for the Sun Devils. They lead by 10.
They're playing.
The perfect 36 on his ACT composite. Big three! Buried in by Dylan McCleskey.
Trifectas of her own. Fires it off down low. Campos off the glass, and there it is.
Put this shot. They got a shot up with 5 seconds. Transition threes up, and it's hit at the buzzer by Ian Tonsberg. Picture perfect execution. Ball it hit the ground in 5 seconds.
Ball is stolen away by Montoya. Sartans are on the break. Kalb finds Trujillo. Pump fake. Trujillo was rejected by Terrell. Rebounded by Kalb. Hook shot is up. It's good. 2 points for Brian Kalb.
Go one-on-one, and this is good things usually have. Oh, great.
H.A. Rivera with... I think the story in this one is the pressure defense that has turned up. They force another turnover. Kalb's on the break.
Throw it down.
Kalb puts it down. Brian Kalb with the dunk in transition.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Up next at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, so you have a quarterback, or you thought you had a quarterback. Never been to the playoffs in 12 years. You drafted a quarterback high in the draft, top 2. You drafted a quarterback. He's your guy. He's the piece, 2nd overall. But he's been benched twice in this last year. Your fan base has no confidence in him. Your roster has expressed little confidence in him. Your coach keeps saying, well, nope, we're going back to him. What do you do? It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Amory, Adrian. You're the New York Jets. What do you do? Their owner was asked, what do you do? Will you be willing to spend big money for a veteran quarterback? The answer from Woody Johnson? Absolutely. Quote, absolutely. We got a cap, so there's an amount you spend, but yeah, that's kind of the missing piece. Our defense was unbelievable. You saw that from last place to close to the top in defensive terms of every measurable. If you can do the same thing on offense, it looks pretty good, right? End quote. Jim Garoppolo, Derek Carr, Amory thinks Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady. Zach Wilson's your guy, or at least you thought so, but I think he's proven that he's not. The Jets are willing to go out and, sorry, Marty, spend a boatload of money.
And you're not going to have to break the bank for Derek Carr or Jim Garoppolo.
Correct. Relatively break the bank.
It's not. You're not
$30 million quarterbacks.
You know, $250 million guaranteed contract for Derek Carr or Jimmy Garoppolo. But you're going to pay up a little bit.
3 years, 120. 3 years, 100.
For one of those quarterbacks. And that's going to be a fun thing to watch, because did you ever in your wildest dreams think that we'd be excited going into offseason and there'd be a bidding war for the services of Derek Carr and Jimmy Garoppolo for teams that want to go to the playoffs?
Derek Carr doesn't surprise me, and Jim Garoppolo probably don't. I mean, we had this conversation last year. He was the name bounced around for all these teams last year, wasn't he? He kind of was. Can I throw one more in there that you could tell me I'm way, way off base, and you might even be right? Was Matt Stafford off the, would you consider trading, if you think he's better than them, and I don't know that you do. I think I'd rather have Derek Carr right now because he's healthier. But is Matthew Stafford somebody that you would make a call about to the Rams? They have no draft capital. If Sean McVay leaves, what are they doing? They got Cooper Kupp, they got Aaron Donald, and they got Allen Robinson, and then they got Ramsey. And is Matthew Stafford somebody that you would inquire about, or is that kind of sailed already?
It's on the checklist. I think the Rams would be willing to do that, but I also think there's a situation of, I don't think Matthew Stafford wants to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. And then so how do you have that balance of...
Is he content now? He's home. He's living in Newport Beach. He won his ring.
He won a ring.
He got paid.
He had a severe injury to end the season.
Yeah.
He's going to be like 35, 36 years old.
Yeah, we're looking at a TV thing here soon. Yeah.
And so you also have that balance of, if the Rams get an offer, they would gladly, I think, take it.
I think so too.
For Matthew Stafford. But there's also that element of, I don't think Stafford's clamoring to go somewhere else right now.
Yeah, I think he's pretty content as well. Fred, good morning to you.
He has good stories.
Hello, Fred.
Hey, guys. Hey, hate to change the subject.
No, you don't.
But,
no, you don't. No, don't tell me you hate to do. You always change the subject.
He has a good story.
If I hear your voice, I know you're changing the subject and redirecting the show. You don't hate to do it.
But anyway, hey, I wanted to give kudos to Farmington girls last night because I decided that I don't live too far away from there, so I'd go watch the game, and I watched them lose to Volcano Vista by 3 at the Academy Tournament. Gave them a good game. When I got there, I could not believe the stands. There was probably 400 Farmington fans that drove all the way down for that women's game, and there was maybe 100 Volcano Vista fans there. And, God, what a great game. It was back and forth, and they got this big lead, not big lead, but about a 9-point lead Farmington did. And then that Hill girl, she went down and shot and missed and got fouled and had 3 3-point plays in a row and got within one. And then they have 3 sisters that start. I'd never heard of this. 3 sisters start on the team, and one's a senior, one's a junior, and one's a 9th grader. 2 of them fouled out at the end of the game, and that's why they kind of ran into a little problem. But anyway, I just wanted to give kudos because can you imagine on a Thursday night, 400 fans driving down from Farmington to watch that game.
Yeah, that's insane. No, they love that. Oh, Gallup wouldn't have surprised me. Farmington does a bit. All right, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for sharing that.
Okay, guys.
See you.
Okay.
All right, I don't know that he hates to change the subject though.
I was like, it was a good story though.
It is a good story. With all due respect, no, there's no respect.
There's no. And one more thing. That's the other one.
How many one more things are there?
All right, into NBA for a second.
But that's actually
into NFL for a second.
That should be my second book.
Yeah, it should be. One more thing.
Yeah, and one more thing.
And while I'm here.
Oh, and
yeah. My favorite thing to do is just randomly, Bull Week, just text you. I know you're busy, but, and then
totally
not even finish it. Just the randomest time
on the Friday. On the Friday.
Not asking Jeff for anything. I just text him that phrase.
So I meant to log them this year. Like I wanted to have a log of how many calls, texts, and emails I got with "I know you're busy."
I was in your office Bull Week last year, and I was just like sitting there watching everybody. I was like, "Wow, this is nuts."
Yeah, it's a different world. I know you're busy, but
what
that means,
just leave it there. Nothing else.
I know you're busy, but I don't give a damn because I need. Yeah, not I want or may I please or no, I get it. All right. On the other side of this break, and because I gotta believe we're close, right? There was an event last night, a collegiate athletic event last night, where they were forced to up security because one of the athletes is such a star. I will give you 15 guesses who that athlete is, and I don't think you're going to get it, and I think you're going to enjoy it, and then I think you're going to pull out your phone and start Googling, wait a minute, who is she? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And is changing the way venues are setting up security, and now there's disruptive incidents. And this athlete is not a star basketball player. It's not a quarterback. It is not anything you really kind of think of when you think of college athletics. She is a gymnast at LSU. Good morning to you. Happy Friday the 13th. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, Amory, Adrian. So have you heard the name, and if you haven't, I'm sure you're going to look it up, Olivia Dunn. Olivia Dunn is a beautiful gymnast who has used social media to make herself off the charts, valuable, famous, popular. Am I missing another word?
No, but huge fan of her TikTok.
I mean, just so
I see her stuff every day.
It's bonkers, right?
Yes.
Okay. She is the most followed NCAA athlete on social media with 6.7 followers.
Million?
What did I say?
Just 6.7.
6.7 million followers, yeah. 6.2 on TikTok and 2.3 on Instagram. That would be 8 point something. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are overlapping, whatever. All right. And so she has known how to ask fans to be respectful. So they were at LSU. And LSU is now, or they were at Kentucky, and they had an incident. LSU stepping up security around all of its gymnastic meets. Because there was an incident with disruptive fans of Olivia Dunn, at the team season opener in Utah. So they went on the road. They were at Utah, and they've got an issue. The head coach, Jay Clark, told reporters, quote, "We will have security detail with us now when we go on the road. And we will be working to create a perimeter around where we get on the bus, where we load," end quote. You travel with Lobo women's basketball. How's the security detail on that?
Every person for themselves.
I've traveled with teams before.
I'm always ready. I'm ready to go if I have to be.
So last Friday, against 6th-ranked Red Rocks, I don't even know what that is, there was a group of young men holding posters and full-size cutouts of Olivia Dunn. They screamed and chanted and disrupted the routines of other athletes. Look, she is a TikTok influencer. I guess when you have that many followers, you're an influencer. 6.7 million followers. Highest earning woman in college athletics. She didn't even compete. She was injured. But all these people came out and chanted, "We want Livy, give us Livy. We want Livy, give us Livy." And so the day after the meet, there's an analyst named Sam Pezic on ESPN, who was a member of the 2008 U.S. Olympics gymnastics team. tweeted the video of the group lined up outside the arena chanting, "Livy, Livy, we want her." And he wrote, "This is actually so scary and disturbing and cringy. I'm embarrassed for them." So on Sunday, Livy, Olivia Dunn, responded to the incident on Twitter, and she says, "I will always appreciate the love and support from you guys, but if you come to a meet, I want to ask you to please be respectful of the other gymnasts and the gymnastics community as we're just doing our job," end quote. So now they're going to Kentucky, JJ. That's where they're going next. And a spokesperson at Kentucky is saying that they're not going to disclose their security plans, but they are going to up their security. LSU's home opener is Monday against the defending champion Oklahoma. Security will look largely the same as it has in the past, but with modifications. This is bonkers. Now, look, she is a beautiful young woman. She is making bank on her name, image, and likeness on social media. Whoever is advising her, put her on this path, is done an insane job. But it kind of is cringy, is it not?
It is a little creepy.
Gymnastics, dude. Like, who'd have thunk this?
Social media presence. That's what we're seeing. NIL deals, stuff like this, you can capitalize, but it's also tough when I've talked to coaches, and one of those is Heather Dyke, and I'm a women's soccer coach, and it's a challenge because a lot of it it does come down to how do you look, how do you come across, and that's a different pressure too that now that it's being put on the student athlete to try to maximize their value, and part of their value is coming from the looks, the way people are reacting.
So before the break, I teased this story, right? And I got a text from one of you saying, this is my guess, and you sent me something from another female athlete at LSU, right school, wrong athlete. And now I got a text from the same person with a picture, pretty freaking hot. Yeah, that's the whole point. She is a beautiful young woman who has got people going to gymnastics meets. And I mean, I don't have a commentary on it other than I feel in some way bad for the other athletes because they're getting their routines are disrupted. She didn't even compete. Is this good for collegiate athletics? Not for her, not for the individual. Is it good for? It's got to be good for recruiting at LSU. It's giving. I'm going to guess more people. I don't know if she's any good. Is she any good? I have no idea. Is she any good at all? She doesn't need to be, does she?
Well, this is the way of the world now. This is social media,
right?
Influence deals,
no doubt,
NIL deals, and it's going to come with the territory.
Do you know if she's any good? Do you know what?
Okay, to be honest with you,
yeah,
I'm not a gymnastics expert,
right?
But I watch all her highlights on TikTok.
Okay, so what's her event?
Well, I watched her on balance beam.
Yeah.
And I watched her on the bars.
Yeah. So what makes her TikTok? And I asked this because I have not seen this. What makes them so great to watch? Just because she's smoking hot?
They're also very. They make it like you're their friend. These girls are very smart. These young hot girls, that are like. First of all, she's 20 years old. For all the people calling her hot.
She's 20 years old. Well,
I'm just saying. Or these young 20, 21-year-olds, college athletes or girls in college, they make it very personal and like they're your friend, and they kind of like humanize being a really hot girl. Like you idolize them, but you feel like you can be them and be friends with them.
So
does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. It does, and she's making about she's making about $2 million a year on her social media presence.
And
so I ask you, because I honestly don't. So you've seen her on the balance beam. Is she any good? Like what makes that TikTok video of watching her on the balance beam?
Just telling you, she's a gorgeous girl that everyone wants to be best friends with.
And that's what it is. Okay.
I'm not taking away from her sport. That's just all I know about her. Yeah. And you got crowds coming. I'm not saying they should be more respectful, but I think it could be good for the sport.
Yeah. No, and I'm looking at some of her videos now, and there she is. She's up.
There's
the
twins in Miami. There's
the Cavender twins.
I'm sorry, I always forget their name.
The Cavender.
Yeah,
twins.
they get crowds like. Yeah, it's the way. It's a marketing tool now.
Look, they were killing. The Cavender twins were killing it at Fresno State, and they went to Miami and they upped it there.
Yep.
But here's a young lady from Hillsdale, New Jersey, went down to LSU, and has capital. Look, I got no problem with it. This is good for her. But when it gets freaky and cringy and dudes like you got to up your security at a collegiate gymnastics meet. JJ, you travel with beautiful women on the Lobo women's basketball team. They just need a new social media director over there so you can have better security?
I'm telling you. Well, doesn't all sporting events have security?
Well, the events do, but like when you're traveling?
Yeah.
Now they're going to have security detail when they travel. Unloading the bus, loading the bus. I mean, there's usually a security guy standing around.
It comes with fame.
No doubt.
Just like professional athletes.
So, and I'm not telling you there's a problem with this. I'm telling you who would have thunk it.
Right.
That the most famous, if you gauge fame by social media followers, and I know so many do, and I don't know if anybody else is making more than $2 million on their name, image, and likeness right now in collegiate athletics. The most famous and potentially highest earning college athlete is a junior gymnast at LSU who I have no idea if she's any good. God bless her. Right? Ain't that America? I mean, as Yakov Smirnoff once said, what a country. What a country. I'm not sure I have a problem with this. Good for her.
No problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a little problem with the weirdos that are coming out and making it hard to compete.
Yes.
And I'm waiting for how long before I get the text or the email that says, well, she deserves it, Jeff. Look at it. That's what she's asking for. She deserves all the weirdos.
I don't think she's complaining. Also, she obviously is. If you're a college athlete, you're probably really good at a sport.
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
You have to be skilled. I mean,
I'm
I don't
sure
think
she's
you just
really
get
good.
a scholarship
Yeah,
at LSU.
I don't know how good at the SEC level, at the national. I have no idea. I've been trying to find results. Like I've got all this stuff up on her, and I've got everything on her except for what her results are. You know what I mean? Here we go. Competition results.
I can get to the women's gymnastic power rankings.
Yeah, where is
the
she?
Top 6 teams and individuals.
Where is she? Yeah,
I
can't find any recent results. All right, 505-24606. It's just stunning. I think it's what a country. And you're asking where's NIL going? She's used her personality and her looks to create.
They're the 10th best
enterprise
team in the nation.
And where's she on that team? She didn't compete. Yeah, I have no idea.
What sells at the end of the day?
No,
think about
100%.
Badger volleyball this year.
It
breaking records.
Doesn't matter if she's any good. Yeah, what was the Badger volleyball story we did?
It was like the record breaking crowd.
Yeah, because they were hot.
It's like 16,000.
Yeah.
For a volleyball game.
Man, back in the day, Anna Kournikova was like the most popular tennis player because she was hot, and she played up on that, and she wasn't that good. She won a few tournaments here and there. No, 100%. 100%. All right, I'm going to the phones. If you're there, I got 2 lines open. 505-246-0610. Encourage you to stay there. Business owners, you get it. Computers, you're on them every day. You're on them now. It's vital to your business. Remote access, everything. But now there's hackers out there who threaten everything about your business, and ABQ IT provides state-of-the-art cybersecurity, which more and more business owners realize is a necessary part of protecting data. So ABQ IT created a business model with you in mind. It gives you peace of mind, knowing your system is secure. They will watch any activity. They'll look for malicious stuff, protect your operation, keep it working efficiently. And best of all, they do it at one predictable monthly cost. So do you currently get several bills? One from the internet provider, one from a cybersecurity company, another when you buy new equipment? With ABQ IT, there's no hourly rate or labor billing, no hidden fees or out-of-scope charges. Your rate is predictable and will not change. Get a free assessment from ABQ IT, and don't worry about computer problems again. Visit them online. It is abq-it.com. That's abq-it.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Just came in and showed us her TikTok. She is a beautiful young lady who is playing it up on social media. And if you're sitting there and you're looking at it, oh yeah, she could be my friend, and she's got 7 million followers. And now they have to set up security detail for women's gymnastics at LSU. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Rudy, welcome back. How you doing?
Well, just flew in from Hawaii, and boy, are my arms tired.
I see what you did there.
Hey, yeah, I was going to pull that on A. Marie because, you know, she's our resident comedian, but I figured I'd pull it on everybody out there. So I think the condo people on either side of me think we're nuts because, you know, nothing like watching a Lobo game in your room in Hawaii and screaming at the TV.
Yeah.
But
in the middle of the afternoon.
The UNLV game, frustrating to watch us lose to UNLV at home. But I know this team will make it up. And, you know, now they go into San Diego State a little shorthanded. And you wonder if maybe Quentin Webb should have played this year. But I guess you're just going to have to go in there and figure out a way to stay out of foul trouble. And that's really what plagued UNM versus UNLV. You can't have Mash and Jalen pick up 4 fouls, 2 apiece in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I thought the whole rotation was off after that because they both were in foul trouble. And then actually, I think Donovan was too. And so you had all your guards playing in foul trouble. I thought that threw Mash off a little bit with his shot. And it's just, I mean, that's, you know, it was one of those games. You can't afford foul trouble, period. And there's going to be games, and you know, depth-wise, it's gotten slimmer. Jalen Tovar's gone, and now, you know, you've got Quash wasn't part of the deal, but you're basically playing 7, 8 guys maybe, right? You've got the 2 guards coming off the bench, and Jenkins and Dent, and you're playing one of the bigs for a few minutes.
And what you were hoping is Quach would come back and give us some valuable minutes. And now it's up to Forsling and Barema to play above themselves right now. I think they have the ability. I think Barema is one of the fastest big guys I've seen in the Mountain West in a while. But you got to just go in there and stay out of foul trouble. And, you know, it's funny because I was watching Iowa versus Michigan last night, and that was a typical Big 12 game with 1 minute left in the game. Iowa had only been called for 3 personal fouls. So, yeah, I would like to see that kind of game Saturday with San Diego State and UNM because I think it's just better basketball.
Stay out of foul
and there's
trouble,
more
man.
continuity to the game.
Yeah, stay out of foul trouble. All right, enjoy the weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
I think for Lobo basketball, going to San Diego this weekend to play the Aztecs tomorrow, 23rd ranked Aztecs, who are deeper than you are. And this isn't going to be just a theme, JJ, this weekend. I think it's a theme period every game. The games New Mexico gets in foul trouble, especially in the front court. If one of their guards gets in foul trouble, if it's Mash or House or Dent, I think you're okay. Front court, you've got some problems because Barema Sek and Sebastian Forsling are still developing, and now you're playing at a disadvantage.
Yeah, that would be the one area that could really hurt them in a game against San Diego State in some of the tougher competition games. But when you look around, too, and Boise State's not 3-4 deep in the front court.
Mm-mm.
Either is Nevada. So it takes away some of your
Vegas
margin
is
for
San
error.
Diego State. Yeah. JD, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. So I was going to comment about the game this tomorrow, but you were talking about Livy Dunn, and when I started following her when the NIL deal stuff came up because it's always fascinated me how that's kind of developed. Because she makes like $31,000 per post every time she posts.
Is that right?
And obviously because she's got so many followers, there's a lot of brands that are, you know, connecting with her and making her their spokesperson. But the girl at UConn who plays basketball, I think her last name is Beckers or
That's
Buchers.
correct. Yeah.
She's got NIL deals almost worth $1 million too. Yeah. She doesn't do the posting that Livy does, and then Livy was an All-American when she was a freshman, and I think she made SEC honor roll a couple of times.
Okay.
So, and I think she's a junior this year. But
yeah, she is a
she's
junior.
pretty talented.
Yeah, I'm sure she's
pretty
talented. She got to LSU.
She scored a 9.9 at the NCAA championships. I think that's her highest scores of like a 9.925.
Really good.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, really good.
But anyway,
right.
Enough of her. I think this is the best San Diego State team that they've had, maybe with the exception of the one that Kawhi was on, right? That last one that he was on. Their ability to their last 4 or 5 games, I think they're shooting close to 40% from 3. and that totally changed it. They've never really been good at the three-point shot. This year is really different, at least the last 5 games has been. So we'll see how that pans out for us. And I think that their ability to get around us is going to be crucial, right? We're going to have to – we don't play zone. We wouldn't really play zone if they're going to hit the three anyway. But I don't think Patino goes in zone much, does he? He always stays man, right?
Not often. Certainly not often.
Yep. So, and then Boise State has destroyed the last 2 teams that they played.
That's correct.
I mean, the final score was close the other night at the end, but they were up by like 20.
Yeah.
But they play San Diego State 6 days apart in February. So that'll be an interesting stretch for them to see where they turn out in this thing. So hopefully we stay out of foul trouble tomorrow, and we're able to execute like we know we can. So we'll see what happens.
All right, enjoy
Thanks,
it.
guys. Have a good
See
weekend.
you. So I don't know if it's the best San Diego State team, but it's pretty good. It's different. So this could be the best offensive team, although that team with Malachi Flynn that didn't go to the NCAA tournament that would have been a 1 or 2 seed in 2020, the one that was 30-2, was pretty damn good, right? And that Kawhi team that went to the Sweet 16 was pretty good. The difference, this team, and he's not wrong, Bradley's become a better shooter. Trammell has given them a really good shooter, and they're deep.
I think the 30-2 team
was really good.
Would slide in there as saying who would be in to push like that Kawhi Leonard team or something like that, because they actually shot better from 3 than this team is right.
Is that right?
That 30-2 team was 38%.
Who else was there? That was Malachi Flynn.
Yeah,
right?
Malachi Flynn, Matt Mitchell,
yeah,
Johnny Wetzel,
yeah,
Skalky, Shackle, Jordan Shackle.
Yeah, Jordan Shackle could shoot.
Shackle.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they were going to get a 1 or 2 seed that year. He also mentioned Olivia Dunn. The text line says Jeff mentioned the Olivia Dunn situation becoming cringy, yet I lost track of how many times he said she was hot, beautiful, smoking hot. Okay, Jeff, calm down. My point was to make the point of why it is she's become so big. Why that there are all these guys going to her events and they have to set up the security detail. I think I'm okay on this.
Yes.
All right. You showed me all this stuff. I mean, I think I'm okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really kind of just trying to make a point, but I appreciate the text on it. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. As we head down the home stretch on Friday the 13th, still need to get you some more NFL stuff. I'll get you the latest news on the NFL. You can get in on any of that. Lobos and San Diego State tomorrow. Aggie fan, you've been really, really quiet. I mean,
where's Jason?
Yeah, a little concerned about Jason.
Concerned about Jerome. I'd say he's our. I don't know what we want to title him as, but
yeah,
where's Jason?
They're a little concerned about Aggie basketball fan as they're 0-5 in WAC play. So we'll return to you, and I got a little bit of NFL news when we get back as well. You're gonna want.
I have been telling you guys about 377 and the events I've been hosting there. 377 Brewery. It's amazing. If you haven't been there, the Lobos are on the road this week, so we will not be having Lobo pregame parties like we have been, but they will return next week. 2 of them next Tuesday and Friday as we take on, as we head into some more conference games. But I got to tell you about the event going on tonight. It's not just Lobo pre-games, okay? We got an event space at 377 Brewery where they have live music. You can rent it out for any kind of event you want to throw there. But tonight we are doing stand-up comedy. That is right. Stand-up comedy starting at 7 p.m. It's only $10. That is a steal for the amazing lineup I have for you tonight, and you can come see me perform. I'm featuring comics Karen Carson, Josh Fournier, and Zach Abeda. And again, it starts at 7. There's a full service bartender, food, drinks. It's amazing. You're going to have a great time. So come out to 377 Brewery. Check them out, 377brewery.com, and hope to see you tonight.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs.
On everyone, but some more so than others, because there's a couple quarterbacks that don't have a contract next year. And is this really the game that will decide if you believe in them or not? It could solidify it. Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, you go out there and get a win, then maybe they're not looking as hard for your replacement. But you know what level you want to invest in one of those quarterbacks. And if they pull off an upset on the road, that could guarantee them some money. It's a game changer.
I would put 95% odds that Daniel Jones is the Giants' opening day quarterback next year, barring injury. And I would put 75% odds that Geno Smith is Seattle's opening day quarterback next year, barring injury. How do you guys like those odds? How do you like apples? You like them apples? Do you think I'm way off on those? Now, I mean, if something happens this weekend, let's see. But as we sit here right now, how do you like those odds? 90 and 75.
I like them. I think the Giants are confident in Brian Dable and Daniel Jones, and I think it would be a short-term deal.
Yeah, I'm not telling you he's getting a $250 million deal, yeah.
It could be something like 2 years, maybe team option to avoid a franchise tag situation.
What does a 2-year deal look like for him? $75 million?
Probably push it a little bit higher if it's shorter.
Okay.
But so you're not stuck with necessarily a long-term commitment, maybe where you're like, oh, this is just a flash in the pan, and then Brian Dable's like, I want to go out there and get something else.
Geno, same thing. I don't know why I think Daniel Jones. My percentages on Daniel Jones coming back to the Giants are higher than Geno Smith, other than the Giants invested that high pick with him, right? They moved up. They got, because he was drafted so high, it almost feels like they're more vested than, well, we found Geno on the scrap heap. Holy smokes, look at that. He's pretty good. And if you look statistically where Geno is this year, he had a terrific year. He's a Pro Bowler. There's no reason, there's no better track record of consistency for Geno Smith or Daniel Jones, is there? There really isn't.
There's not.
And I don't know why I think Daniel Jones has a higher percentage other than under this coach, he played better and they drafted him with a high pick. And I feel like it's always harder to get rid of a guy that you drafted in the first few rounds than it is a guy you found on the scrap heap.
But they didn't draft him. So how do the owners?
The franchise did, but the people who are in place now didn't. Yeah, fair enough.
And they're not. It's not a Zach Wilson situation where they've still got 2 years.
Oh, that's another mess.
Like
yeah.
he's an impending free agent, so you're not tied to Daniel Jones.
Yeah, no, that's another mess. That's a whole other story to me. But what would it take, do you think, in Seattle?
I think that the percentage is probably higher if Geno Smith.
So you go higher than 75?
I'd go a little bit higher. Because
yeah,
this weekend could solidify a contract for those players. But going in,
I think they're both getting a contract.
Yeah, but going in, like if you need to say, hey, I can't pay Daniel Jones or Geno Smith for a couple years if they can't win this game, then what have you been doing? Like the whole process to get to this point. Like you should know like what you want to do with these guys, and if they go out there and have a great playoff performance, that just said, all right, I will sign it now for you.
I think the only thing, Seattle feels like a destination potential for a Derek Carr to me. And I don't know why I think Seattle more so than the Jets, just because he's such a West Coast guy. And it's probably unfair, right?
Yes.
Okay. You know, sometimes we talk about personalities in a specific city with a franchise. Is Derek Carr a New York Jets guy? He could be, right? He's a leader. He could be.
The answer that
to be honest, I think the Jets have been trying to figure out for a very long time who their personality and who their quarterback
well, it's more about the media.
Yeah, and the media is there.
And he's really good with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he went through 2 really difficult situations. Was the face of the franchise when John Gruden was axed, having to keep the team together after their wide receiver killed someone.
He's like a fixer-upper.
All right, so
fixer-upper quarterback.
I'm the Jets. I'm Woody Johnson. I'm Robert Saleh. Is my focus? I'll tell you where I am. My focus would be Derek Carr. I don't think I want Tom Brady there for 1 year, and I don't think Tom Brady's going there.
He's not. No.
Okay.
No.
I don't think I'm getting Lamar. I've told you I don't think Lamar's getting out. So if you're going to say Jim Garoppolo or Derek Carr, I want Derek Carr. However, Robert Saleh was the defensive coordinator in San Francisco when Jim Garoppolo took him to the Super Bowl, correct? Now, I don't know what that relationship is. He was the defensive coordinator, and Jim Garoppolo was the quarterback. So
you would have that trust.
Well, you've got a feel. You know one way or another, right? And so that's what would lean it. If you're Robert Saleh and you've got some sort of a feel, I know one way or another. I have a feeling about Jim Garoppolo. He's either the guy or he's not, right? I know his intangibles. And so to me, that's the wild card. As I sit here without knowing either one of these guys, I'd rather have Derek Carr.
I would rather have Derek Carr, and this isn't to take away from Jimmy G, because I think he's been impressive the last couple of years with the team around him, but he's fragile.
Okay. He's been hurt.
He's a risk.
Throw one more wild card out there, and I don't know if it's that wild. Where do we think Aaron Rodgers is going to be? Why wouldn't Aaron Rodgers fit in there? To the Jets. Why wouldn't that work? Now, I know he's a West Coast guy, and everybody says he wants to get out of the cold weather and whatever.
Well, why wouldn't it? Because he still wields power in dictating where he goes.
Right. And so he looks at that roster and goes, damn, that defense is good.
Defense
they
is
got
good.
a couple young receivers. I mean, Garrett Wilson
that's what he's
really
been dealing
good,
with in general, young receivers.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
he
enough.
has good running backs in Green Bay.
He's got good running backs in Green Bay.
And he has young receivers just like the Jets
So
do.
what's he looking at? San Francisco?
He's retiring.
Vegas? really think he?
Well, no. He's going to play one more year in Green Bay, then he's going to retire.
Okay, I think he's
all
going
that
back
money
to Green Bay too. By the way,
He's going to finish his career in Green Bay.
But he gets to make his call.
He's going to also annoy us for months, but he's going to stay in Green Bay.
Last year he didn't do any of that. Last off season he was pretty chill with this. It was two ago that we went through this whole mess, but last year it was relatively low drama, wasn't it? With Aaron Rodgers, no. Last off season was a big Aaron Rodgers drama.
Yeah,
negotiating
and
the new
Devontae
deal.
left and getting paid and what he
that
was going to
happened relatively
do
quickly. Okay, all right. I think he's staying in Green Bay too. So the Jets, then it's Derek Carr, Jim Garoppolo. I like Derek Carr, but Robert Saleh, that's the one piece I don't know, and I don't know if you guys have any.
What are they going to do with Zach Wilson?
He's going to be their backup quarterback. He's sitting there on the third year of his rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
And in his words, this was his words the other day, I'm going to make it hell for anybody who comes in here. Okay.
I don't think anyone wants to go that situation.
Did you hear him, though, the other day? He's going to make it
is
hell.
Why you need to be able to send a dude somewhere. Like, this would be the perfect situation to go. And you know what, Zach Wilson? You get to go play in the XFL this summer.
You need a minor league system. You get to go to Albuquerque.
Yeah. You get to go play in the XFL.
Yeah, go get better.
Figure it out.
But see, in baseball, you can do that. Football, you're going to get a guy broke. Right? I think he's their backup quarterback. I mean, is it Joe Flacco or Mike White? I mean, and look, there's plenty of Jets fans who will sit here and argue with me that Mike White's a better quarterback than Zach Wilson, and I'm not going to argue back because I don't know that I think they're wrong. But they took him with the second overall pick. I don't think they're going to just release him. They'll let him come in and compete with Derek Carr or Jim Garoppolo. That's what I think they're going to do with Zach Wilson. What do you think they're doing with him?
He's going to be on the roster.
Right.
Backup quarterback.
They made it pretty clear he's not going anywhere. This is the last we've seen of him. That's what the Jets are doing. All right, pick time when we get back. 505-246-0610. Who do you like this weekend? Many of you have told us who you like. It's probably time for us to say who we like. 505-246-0610. Come on in. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. Super Wildcard Playoff Weekend kicks off Saturday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
And AM 610, the sports animal.
All right, who you got this weekend? Got a few emails to get you and texts. On the text line, it says A. Marie is right. Rogers will put a fave the waffle man. What does that mean? Is that Favre and waffle? Is that what he's trying to tell me? What? I think it's your guy's speech. I don't know. Also says Mud says Jefferson, the Lady Lobos are all beautiful ladies. That Olivia Dunn has nothing on the Lady Lobos basketball models.
Why does it have to be like that? Why can't they just Olivia be beautiful and the Lobos be beautiful?
It can be.
Okay.
It can be. It's Friday the 13th, right?
Yes.
It's but Friday's the key word, right?
Oh. I totally spaced it out. Well, how about I just play it so it's actually...
You can. I just had it ready to go. You want me to let you do it?
No, I mean,
you can.
I think it will sound better.
It will sound better.
I do it from the board.
I just didn't feel complete on a Friday.
I totally...
I mean, I thought you were holding it and holding it.
I was holding it.
And then it hit the last segment. And I'm like,
Give me a hole if you got your funky bus fare.
This hoe worked out way better, even though it was not as smooth. It ended up being a really good hoe.
Well, I mean, it's super wild card hoe.
It really is.
It's Lobos Aztecs hoe, right? I mean, it's playoff football hoe. It just didn't feel right to have no hoe.
I mean, we had to have a hoe.
Friday
My bad.
the 13th hoe.
I'll blame Friday the 13th.
All right.
And
just saying.
Me
No, that's
defending
cool.
women that are beautiful.
Only you can say that. I can't.
Yeah, supposedly, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Happy Friday. Hugs and thoughts to all family members. Libby Dunn also does commercials. Yes, Jeff, good-looking young ladies can be good at sports. Very sexist of you.
Oh, my God.
How is that even close to being sexist of me?
That's sarcasm.
Okay, thank
it's
you.
Terry, it's sarcasm.
It is Terry.
I was going to say. I was like, what?
All right. All right.
Stop reading the text line for a week.
All right.
That
That's
we should put people on suspension. That'd be hilarious.
All right, winners, straight up, no spreads. Niners, Seahawks. I mean,
I'm doing it, guys.
Are you going Seattle?
Yeah, I am.
I'm so tempted.
It's so weird. And I love the 49ers. I know you don't, Jeff, but I personally for you, I just have a weird, hunch. So, but don't listen to me.
No,
I mean, listen
I'm
to me.
so super tempted.
It's my whole concept.
It's
my whole brand.
I'll tell you why I'm tempted. I think Pete Carroll's a good playoff coach. Not that Geno Smith. You know, we all want to sit here and say Brock Purdy's never played in the playoffs. What has Geno Smith ever done in the playoffs? Like all of a sudden we're looking at the other side and going, well, Geno. I mean, Brock Purdy hasn't done anything. Well, what the hell? What's Geno's playoff experience?
The NFC playoff quarterback records: Tom Brady, 35-12.
That's pretty decent.
Kirk Cousins, 1-2.
Okay.
Dak Prescott, 1-3. Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith have never played in a playoff game.
So there's 35 wins for Brady and 3 with everybody else. Is that what you showed?
2.
Cousins has 2 or 1?
Cousins has 1.
Cousins has 1 at present. That's the best stat I've heard in a month.
Yes.
So outside of Tom Brady, the starting quarterbacks combined have 2 playoff victories in their career?
Yes.
In the NFC.
In the NFC, yeah, because I didn't say.
That's the best stat I've heard in months.
Best.
So back to your point, because I'm leaning with you.
Okay,
although I'm gonna pick the Niners.
Because there's always a shocker.
Yeah.
And it's really weird because the easy pick is the 49ers because I do think sometimes the best team doesn't win.
Yeah.
And when everyone's sleeping on a team, I really enjoy it.
Well, then the pick would be the Dolphins.
Well, okay, no, we're not going that far.
All right, where are you? I'm
not going backup quarterback.
All right, I'll run it down. I'll throw it out there.
Okay.
I got Buffalo and the points.
Oh, I thought we weren't doing.
How many are the points?
Okay, if we're doing spreads, that's a different story.
Buffalo 13.5.
All right.
I got Cincinnati, but Baltimore 9.5.
What's the spread there? 9.5. That's a big number.
Cincy wins. Baltimore to cover. I'll take the Chargers.
I like the under in that game.
To win and cover. It's 1.5 points.
Okay.
I'll take San Francisco, but I'll take Seattle in the points.
How many is that?
Plus 10.
See, yeah, I don't like
I'll
that spread
absolutely
either.
take Seattle in the 10. Yeah.
Minnesota to win by 4, so Minnesota to win and cover.
Okay.
And I'll tell you on Monday about Monday Night Football.
Does weather matter to you in the San Francisco game?
If it is sloppy, yeah.
It is 100% chance of rain. 58% or 58 degrees. I'm gonna guess the field has been covered, but you've seen what's going on in Northern California. They are getting it's getting rain now. I'm gonna guess that field should be in decent shape, right? I'm sure it's been covered with all the rain that they've been getting. However, it's going to be sloppy. So Saturday, 100% chance of rain, 58 degrees for a high, 45 as a low. So it will be raining. Does that play into it at all?
No.
All right, I'll give you my winners. San Francisco, Jacksonville, Buffalo, the Vikings, and the Bengals.
Straight up.
Yeah, give me the spreads again. I'll give it. So San Francisco, I'll take Seattle in 10. I'll take Jacksonville.
Plus 1.5 at home.
Plus 1.5 at home. I'll take Buffalo and lay the 10.
13.5.
That's such a big number.
That's a big number for
I think
playoffs.
they're going to pump. I just, yeah. I'm with everybody on this one. Normally, I don't like to be, but I am.
It's also QB3.
It's QB. That's my point. I'm QB3 against a good
and
defense.
Miami's defense.
What's the Giants spread?
4.
I'll take the Giants on 3. I'll take the Vikings to win. I'll take the Giants.
It's 4 now, right?
All right, I'll take the Giants in the points, and I'll take the Bengals and lay them, even though it's 9.
I see 3.
Oh, now it's 3. Okay, I thought it was 4.
All right. That's where I am. What do you got?
I'm gonna do it. I'm taking Seattle. I'm not doing spreads right now. I got the Seahawks
to win straight up.
Yes, money win.
I hope you're right.
I'm not doing spreads. I'm just doing my picks.
Yeah, it'd be so wonderful.
I'm doing my picks, and then I'm gonna pick the Chargers.
Okay.
Even though, God, see, guys, I can't
That's
pick
a
that
tough
game. It's so tough because I believe in the Jaguars.
It's essentially a coin flip game.
Yeah,
1.5.
4 or 5 games should be tough.
Chargers.
Yeah, it should be. It's like the 8-9 game of the NCAA tournament.
I don't bet on my team, but I'm picking my Vikes because we're at home.
Yeah, no, you don't have to bet on them.
I'm picking the Bengals.
Yep.
And then we're leaving the pick for, and I'm picking the Bills.
Everybody's
obviously.
on the. I don't know anybody who's on the Dolphins, even the diehard Dolphins fans.
Yeah, Ravens and Dolphins just in the quarter. If the quarterbacks were starting, I might look at it a little different, but.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens keep it close. That defense, the
Yeah,
numbers
totally
are outrageous.
I just think it'd be
I think
the
in
under.
the last 9 weeks, even if like
I think
10
it's a
touchdowns?
low-scoring game.
So you're telling me, out of the 6 quarterbacks in the NFC not named Tom Brady, there's 2 playoff wins amongst all of them?
Yes.
What's Gino's record? Is Gino, let's say 0-1.
0-0.
This is his first ever.
So exciting.
But that's the narrative on this game, right? Brock Purdy has never been here, and I don't know if I. Who
So having a lot of these quarterbacks.
Geno Smith.
A lot of experience.
All of a sudden, because Geno's a Pro Bowler and has had a great year, well, yeah, but the veteran Geno Smith is going to lead. I'm struggling with it a touch, although I'm not sure who I trust more. I've never seen Geno Smith in a playoff game, nor have I ever seen Brock Purdy in a playoff game.
I love both storylines.
And as much as I would love for Seattle to win this game,
yeah,
San Francisco's defense is, I think, significantly better than Seattle's.
It's also,
and they run.
I
the
like
ball.
the divisional matchups, by the way, too.
And they run the ball. And if it's going to be sloppy and
Kenneth
yucky,
Walker?
and,
Drop it?
and who's the guy then, if you're going to be forced to throw short passes, who breaks tackles in today's NFL any better than George Kittle? Who's harder to bring down?
Deebo Samuel.
Maybe.
Christian McCaffrey.
Not over the middle, though. Not with guys.
No, the
hanging on.
49ers should win
Not in
this
the
game.
Short pass
Hear me
game.
out.
Debo's good. I would say George Kittle's like, just get off me. You got 3 guys hanging on him.
That's all Deebo Samuel did last year is catch 2-yard passes and score 50-yard touchdowns.
Yeah, but he ran away from dudes.
Hear me out. The 49ers, I think, are the best NFC team right now.
Okay.
With a great quarterback line. I just have a weird upset feeling.
I love it. No, I'm glad you have this feeling. I hope you're right. I think it's terrific.
And watch them get plowed.
All right, there's no spread on
He
the love.
hopes you're right.
Yeah.
You hear that, 49er
Hopes.
fans?
Well, are we
That was
expecting
like me
anything
last
less
night,
from Jeff?
hoping
That's like if the
Gonzaga would win
Packers,
that game.
yeah.
Because there's nothing like watching BYU lose. It still is.
I meant to pull up the Gonzaga radio call.
They fumbled their way so bad.
Adam Morrison's the commentator on the radio.
You start crying.
Well, so the dude, I think his name is Logan or Hogan, their play-by-play guy. Gonzaga hits a 3 with 9 seconds to go up by 1, and they held on and won the game by 1 at BYU, 18,000 at the Marriott Center. And Adam Morrison's commentary was, ha, 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 ha. It's exactly what he
Stop.
did. Just
I'm gonna look it up.
laughing at the fans in the Marriott Center. Great week, man. This was a fun week.
Oh, fun week.
Enjoy Super Wild Card Weekend. Safe travels to you to Vegas. Thank you. A. Marie will be performing tonight over 377 Brewery. Go see her and that comedy card. Is it a card?
The what?
The comedy card.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
yeah, it's like
No,
a
I like
box
it.
card.
I like it. I like it.
Jim Rome Show is next. Heard with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock, and we're back on Monday morning. We will be working Monday morning, boys and girls. Some of you won't, but we're back 7 a.m. with award-winning radio then. Have a great, safe weekend. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll see you Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.